well, let me get on the screen before I announce it. Like, what am I gonna do? Announce it off screen like fucking animal? And we're live, and man, hopefully the internet's way better than fucking the other time. Hopefully the internet's way better than the other time, because man, the other time that internet was foolish. It's like me and Tater are like, oh man, the internet sucks. Let me restart. Let me restart. And then it took so many restarts that okay, let's call a spade a spade. There is going to be a restart in a dead poop stream. That's almost normal because he's got this weird ghetto setup all the time. But 3 restarts by the fucking third one, I'm like, nah. That's it. That's it. Like, if I have to restart this third time, and the last time it was fucking tethered. It was tethered. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know that girlfriend that don't trust you ever at all and keeps you on a short leash? I had a short leash from the laptop to the internet box, and it was still fucking up. Johnny Azul's in the motherfucking his house. Marco's in his house. Legendary Gaming's in the his house. Yeah, let's call a spade a spade. And I am almost at 300 sub. And Marco, man, I think you sent one my way yesterday because out of the blue, yes, I streamed a little bit before you, and then you streamed, and then once I'm sleeping, boom, one jumped up, one stream, one 297th subscriber signed up, and I was like, thanks, Marco. In my head, I'm like, thanks, Marco, because like, whenever this fella signed up was like, I had nothing to do with it. I was sleeping. So I can only assume appreciate. Yeah, man. Look at this donair. Look. Oh man, if you guys had smell-o-vision, look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. Oh, actually. Yeah. Oh, and technically, Mark was probably just like, cause stomach curling. Is that meat? Oh no. Yes, it is meat. But I don't think I had a butt. You know, when you start a conversation, you don't know how you're gonna finish. But that is meat. Maybe it was Heidi. No, it wasn't Heidi. It was a dude's name. I can even look it up if I wanted to. But yeah, this was a dude. Dude signed up. 297 subscriber is a dude. Dead Poop, will you be at GoonCon this Saturday? Oh, for the 1 year anniversary? I will try to participate the best I can. There is a show down the Panic Room that Cujo's like other band Cave Dwellers in it, and well, I guess his main band or whatever band you wanted. Like, this guy's like a 4-man band. But yes, by the time you stream, by the time I'm fucking drunk as fuck, and by the time I get to home, I'll be able to catch a lot of it. Some of it, a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like, yes, I do want to participate. GoonCon 8. And you know what your 8 means? Jack shit to me. Because your 8 o'clock, let me do the math. Your 8 o'clock is like 11 or 12. Like, man, you say 8 o'clock like it's like like a normal time. Oh, let's do this around 8 o'clock. Normal time, right after supper. You've digested a little bit. No, your 8 o'clock is like late. I think it's like 11 or 12 for me. Maybe it was Heidi. Wagwan Papa. It looked like a gyro. Well, it's a donair. And I don't know if they gave it to me dry, but they gave me a sauce container, and this is unusual. Like normally when I order a donair from this place, I don't have a sauce container, so it's almost like I think they done cooked it dry, and they're hoping for me to finish their job, and by layering this on top, and I'm game. I'm up for the task. I'm up for the task. I'll finish her job. You know, at that point, I get sauce control. Technically, like you know what I mean for Marco and Gabby. Well, Marco, I, I don't know how long you've been a vegetarian for, but man, I'm pretty sure you had once upon a time you probably had love for meat. Like you know, before the pure vegetarian turn, you probably had a love for meat, and I think gyros are in your cultures and tzatziki. Well, I guess you're familiar with tzatziki. You probably dip that shit in everything, like you know what I mean. But yeah, gyro and tzatziki, like meat and tzatziki, is like fucking bomb diggity. Mr. Sub, they never give it to you dry. Well, that's probably pure facts. That's probably pure facts. You walk in that showroom to get the 6 to 12 inch, and yes, they're gonna give you a mayonnaise or a condiment option, and after you leave the main floor, you're in the parking lot, and you're getting that sauce option with the 6 to 12 inch also. Because stuff happens in that parking lot, from what I understand. And Mr. Sub ain't our place, but we there's definitely places. There's definitely places in this town for some fucking obscure activities, whether it be drug related or sexual activity related, or no, I think that sums it up. I think that sums it up. Usually, if you're in a dark spot of an alley, it's either drugs or sex. It's either drugs or sex. Like here I am trying to like invent a third category, but no, I think it's just drugs or sex. Like that's the thing. Well, that's two things. That's not a third thing. I prefer sauce on the side. It gets soggy otherwise. That's why on a sub, like, are we talking about dicks or subs? Because if we're talking about like sandwiches, man, I got a lot to say. If we're talking about dicks, I have a little bit to say, not so much. But sandwiches, okay. If you like tomatoes, man, I love tomatoes. Boom, put it on my sub that I'm gonna eat right away. But if I'm gonna enjoy that sub later, nix the tomatoes. You're just gonna add moisture on a sub that's gonna just linger, and you know, and God knows how wet that tomato is. That tomato has a potential of being a very sexually active like younger girl or a very dry older girl that she's got the lube on her bedside. That tomato could could soak seep into the bread, and then you're fucked. Or it could be that older lady, that dry tomato, and that barely fucking wets the meat that it's sitting on. Like you know what I mean? Like, but if you're not gonna eat that stuff right away, fuck a tomato. You know what I mean? If you love a tomato, fuck a tomato, but no, fuck the tomato. You're not gonna eat it right away, right? DK is in the motherfucking Yeezys. There's always hand jobs at the truck stop. And DK, if you're unfamiliar, when they're saying Mr. Subs, I guess in the USA that Mr. Sub is like general. It's almost like a truck stop. It's like Mr. Sub. I don't know if you have to flash your headlights 4 or 5 times when somebody pulls up, but you give some kind of signal in that parking lot. You're either getting sub or giving sub. Like you know what I mean? Like and hopefully you have a good fucking mayo fucking spot stainer cleaner in your car to get rid of the fucking spots that just fucking next thing you know you're fucking scrubbing your headliner. You know what I mean? What, over a sandwich? Nah, we're not talking sandwiches. But yeah, my funny you should say about the truck stocks. My uncle, he was a Quebec truck driver, right? Boom. Brr, I don't know how they do. Brr, 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 I don't know, something like that. And then he stops at a truck stop, and depending on what you're looking for, you hang a little flag off your fucking truck's mirror. And one flag meant something, another color flag meant something. It's almost like you're part of a gang, but the gang was like a fucking pimp gang where you're calling out the hoes, like you know what I mean. That yellow bandana hanging off your fucking things is like, oh man, you'd prefer an Orient, like you'd prefer like a lady from the Orient, and then boom, 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 and then purple was like I don't know, like a fucking dude, and then this one was like a like you know what I mean. It's like each color meant a different preference that you're up to, and then boom, whoever was pimping on the Quebec highway back in the day, he had everyone down on lock. It's almost like he had a 15 passenger van and like skip the dishes. Oh, like a 15 passenger van will skip the dishes. You flag up what you want, and boom, you're like, all right, fucking Tamika, it's your turn. He's got your flag out there. Go out there and you go get her, sport. You know what I mean? And then she's like, oh, I got this. I'm gonna suck this guy's cock so quick. I'll be back in 10 minutes. And then the guy driving the van full of like toots, he'd be like, if it's over 10 minutes, charge more. You're just getting that money. Mm. It's here, Mr. Sub. Do you ever put chips or fries in your donair? No. No, 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 no. If you're having a sandwich, like a sandwich, okay, 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 okay. If you're a man of my age, my stature, I've had a few sandwiches, right? So yes, I do get bored with a sandwich. Yeah, I'll throw some chips in there. But a donair is fucking delicious every time. You don't need to spruce it up. You don't need to bedazzle it. Um, so yeah, no, never a chip or a fry in a donair. Fuck, you don't need to. You don't need to. But yeah, in a bologna sandwich, you add a chip in there because you're fucking you've been eating that 7 days a week in your fucking brown bag lunch fucking bag for lunch. You gotta fucking throw something in that bologna sandwich to make it taste different from the fucking 364 other times you've had it before this year. You know what I mean? The hanky code is a thing here in San Francisco. Where's the grimace? Grimace is right here. Let's put him back up. I was showing him to Terry, and I took him off his little shelfie poo right here. Let's. Is he gonna stand still? Boom. Let's put him up there. Grimace. Did Lisa try to steal Grimace? No, Lisa didn't try to steal Grimace, but Terry did notice it right off the hop. Like Terry was like, "What is this? What is this?" There is a Mr. Sub in near Syracuse, New York, and DK, if you show up late at night after hours at this Mr. Sub, they might still be serving 6 to 12 inches. You know what I mean? From what I understand, like in Canada, it's different. In Canada, it's different. Um, I don't think there's like a general like fucking staple of like, oh man, this is where we're gonna meet up. Um, but I'm sure every town has its spot. Like you know what I mean? Every town has a spot. Have you ever went hitchhiking? I used to hitchhike. I had a great deal of respect for hitchhikers because my brother, that's only a year older than me, he hitchhiked across Canada to get to from south New Brunswick to fucking let's say Calgary, Alberta. But it was even further. It was like Banfish area. So my brother hitchhiked to and from, and then this and that. And to me, when I was driving, when I saw a hitchhiker, I was like, man, technically this could be my brother. Let me help this fucking guy out. And man, even if it was a sketchy dude, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. To me, the sketchier the dude, the better. Because in a sense where if this guy's all like oh God, let me just can't drive. God. You know what I mean? To the normal public, this fella's never gonna get picked up. Like this guy looks like he fucking killed someone before he jumped on the highway. You know what I mean? And to me, out of my brother respect, I'm like, I know this guy's not gonna get picked up. Let me pick this guy up. Let me do this guy a favor. So here I am with fucking serial killers in my vehicles, and I've never had a hitch, never had a fucking problem, never had a problem up until this one time. I picked up a guy that was familiar to me. He was a deaf. No, he wasn't deaf because he understood. He was definitely a mute. I want to say he was a deaf mute. And I worked at a fucking record store uptown, and I seen this deaf mute before. He came in my fucking music shop. So he's obviously not mute. I guess if he's in the music, so he's not mute. He can fucking hear. I guess if he's buying music, he's not fucking deaf. But anyways, he used to write fucking shit on a fucking thing. So anyways, I see him hitchhiking. I pick him up. Worst mistake of my life. This guy ruined it for everyone else. This fucking guy that I thought I knew vaguely through a fucking place of work, and he was like a fucking customer, ruined it for everyone. So here I'm driving this fucking deaf mute. And we all figured out he's not deaf, right? Because he buys music. So anyways, he's like, well, he's not saying anything because he's fucking mute. He's 100% mute. And he drives and he's like, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Point me in the direction. Let's start driving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck all your fucking sign language shit that I can't understand. Just use your finger and fucking point, buddy, and I'll start driving because I'm heading that way anyways. So boom, we're driving. I think he writes a couple things down on a notepad, shows me, and I'm like, I don't know, bud, but we're still heading the right direction. Ooh, gives me the thumbs up, right? All right, cool. And then he writes one more thing down on his fucking notepad, and then it's like, oh, man, you're heading up by the fucking, the record shop up by the fucking Taco Bell. And like, finally from his little note down, I'm like, that's where you're headed. And he's like, and then he fucking, okay, here's me driving, right? And you know, when you're driving, your legs are like this, right? Because you got your gas pedal leg, and I always had standard, so this one's doing the clutch work. So anyways, I was like, oh yeah, I know where you're going. He's like, puts his arm on my fucking goddamn motherfucking thigh, high knee. And I'm like, 1 second, 2 seconds. This is way too long. Boom! I fucking punch his fucking arm right all the way. His arm goes flying. I was like, don't fucking ever fucking touch me again. And then it was like probably about the most awkward 3-minute remainder of a drive to drop him off. No eye contact. No, he didn't write another fucking goddamn thing on his fucking on his little pad. And I dropped him off, and that was it. But just the fact that he felt comfortable enough to fucking just like high knee me like that, just out of pure celebration, where I knew it was like, gonna drop him off. Like he high thigh kneed me with his hand, like, you know what I mean, like up in my thigh. I was like, no, don't, like that. Turn it off, like, you know what I mean. Like I could have been picking up way more hitchhikers after this guy, but this guy ruined it. Okay, yes, he didn't stab me, he didn't rape me, but he invaded my fucking space to the point where, yeah, that's my level. I don't need any worse experience than this. This is the limit, and you fucked it up for everyone else. You fucker. And had the time, I would have wrote it out to him, to that fucking deaf mute, even though he wasn't mute. Well, he was mute, but he wasn't deaf, because we all talked about the music, right? Did I just walk into dead poop doing a mute story. Yeah, yes, it was a mute fucking, and Rick was in the motherfucking his house. It was the last hitchhiker ever picked up. And the last hitchhiker ever picked up, man, he ruined it for everyone else in life. You know what I mean? All over some fucking dick. All over him trying to get the dick. And I wasn't slanging it. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want no part of it, but had he not been so rude and so like if he would have just like hitchhiked and got to his destination, man, bud, I would have like, have a good day. Have a good day, bud. But no, you know what he did? Ruined it for everyone. I haven't picked up a hitchhiker ever since, man. And I was like I was saying, man, I'll pick up. I'll pick up old fucking twitchy fucking crazy eyes because I know no one else will. You know what I mean? Like I'll take one stab. I'll take a stab. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you got me. I don't like that. Boom. And then let him be my last fucking hitchhike ever in life. But no, it was a fucking high knee cock grab reach for by a fucking deaf mute that listened to music. You know what I mean? And is he even fucking deaf? Obviously not. He lied about that too. he lied about that too. He definitely wanted your peen. And okay, yes. So this fucking guy that I did ever since, have I not told the story? Hell's no. Or wait, does that make sense? Did I just double negative myself into saying that I don't tell a story? No, I do tell the story, and I've come to find out that, man, this guy's like familiar to some. To the hitchhiker picker uppers, this guy's familiar to some, and he's inner thigh'd a lot of people. And you know that makes me feel like horrible. He ruined all of hitchhiking for the rest of everyone's life with me. But was I special to him? No, I guess he high knees everyone. Like this guy's just ruining it for everyone. Like, you know what I mean? Like I thought I was special to him. He took a chance at like at a rape. Like, you know what I mean? He took like a fucking weird high thigh like rape job, like almost like this guy's so handsome, he's worth this trouble. But no, he does it to everyone. So at the end of the day, I wasn't even special about him ruining hitchhiking forever for life for me. That was just a Wednesday for him. On Thursday, he high knee grabbed another fella. I'm pretty sure when he wanted to go to that goddamn bookstore. That's do you harbor bad feelings towards all mute people? No, and I don't. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if they're like, you know what I mean, of the let me choose my words properly. Give me a moment. No, I don't think I can choose my words properly. like you know what I mean? Like not I don't even know what I was getting. I just wandered myself out of the question. Like I just want like I'm just gonna skip it now. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've wandered myself right out of that question. Next, Deadpool picks up random people but doesn't want to drive Normie. But Normie's more of a was it faculties? The old faculties. I smelt them in Gen Pop in General Air. Like, you know what I mean? On a breezy day, wind's going in, like, you know, in my favor away, and he still's pungent in a closed car quarters. Dude, I don't, dude, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a weak stomach person. Like, you know what I mean? Especially the smells. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be trying to drive, be like, where are you? Like, you know, it's beneficial for him and me that he's never in my car. But guess what? I'll give him cash. Like, you know what I mean? It isn't my cash cab money. It could be saved up and like saved for drugs. And I don't know if that's his main goal. Could be drugs or a sandwich. But realistically, imagination's the limit. The money I gave him could be the cab to prevent me from having to drive him anywhere, and to, like, you know what I mean, just go through like that 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 enclosed odor, and that enclosed odor, like, you know what I mean. But you catch him on a good day. You catch him on a good day, he might be pleasant in the car, but that's a rare event. That's a rare event. Let's be honest. You were only wearing a single layer of clothes that day, practically asking for it. I don't know what I was wearing, but I should have took notes. I should have took notes. Like, you know what I mean? If I can make a fucking deaf mute go out of his comfort zone to reach my inner thigh, I'm pretty sure I didn't have to ask the wife if I looked fat that day, because I looked banging. I'm pretty sure I looked banging that day. I should, yeah, I should have took note of my outfit. Looked fucking sexy AF. I'm sure sexy enough to fucking turn a fucking deaf mute into a fucking crime offender over my fucking upper inner thigh. You know what I mean? Uninvited, totally uninvited, might I say. Legend, I hope in your question to become a man, you get to experience a skinny person in your car on a hot summer's day, because after that, you will understand. Um, let me reread this and maybe think more about it, because I think whatever is Rick two is saying to his little nephew is either valuable information or a fucking deep dig. Let me have a good another read here. Legend, open your quest to become a man. You get to experience a skinny person in your car on a hot summer's day. And Rick two, yes, I've been pushing them BBWs just because they have a soul of gold. But man, there's souls of goals in skinny people too, and I don't know if that's what you're hitting at, because after that you will understand. But yeah. I do push the BB Dubs because, man, they have souls of goals, but you get that skinny girl that's possibly was a BBW once upon a time, or she was born with a soul of gold because her mom was just a fucking gentle soul, probably possibly church related soulness. You know what I mean? Like, when church just creates good people in general, and that's what religion is good for. It's like, all right, all right, kiddos. You know how your friends like to get in trouble and lie and this and that. Church is like, ah, man, you probably shouldn't lie and this and that. Da, 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 da. But then after you grow up and you get some of that, you're like, fuck it, like, you know what I mean, let's get bang bitches and this and that. But you still have a little bit of that core value in you, and you can't pay for that. You can't pay for God. Although you can pay for God, because every week he does ask you to donate to him. But I guess you can't pay for God. So technically you get what you pay for, I guess. That poop definitely told his wife after that happened. Tater would reference Seinfeld in the lingering stink of BO in the car. I've heard cannibalism is the best diet. Benjamin, uh, man, where's Tater to read these fucking English names? Burntant? Burntant? You should talk to Rick too, because Benjamin, Rick two's into that obscure diet as well. If you want some obscure diet stuff, hints, tips, Rick two be the guy to talk to. But me, I like chicken and beef and nothing too weird. A little chicken beef. Skinny equals sticky. And Legendary Gaming, like, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Like, you know what I mean? You get that BB dub on a hot summer's day. She has folds that you're not even aware of, and those folds are going to emit an odor that you're not even familiar with. That skinny bitch will have less folds and less odors and less fucking damp areas. Uh, but it all matters to a fucking woman's pheromones, because man, I've come across the sweatiest BBs of W's, and some of their sweat is like pure nectar, just pure fucking nectar. Like grab yourself the last bread heel of the bread bag, wipe off her fucking soaking titties, and you got a fucking pure nectar sandwich at this point. You know what I mean? So don't go by Ritu says. You know, thick girls are quirky, and yes, man, thick girls have like great personalities. Like fucking, they got big hearts. You know what I mean? They're fucking heart of golds. That's all the father. Nothing to do with the mother. Okay. Pukwam 2021. Skinny Sticky. Do the BBWs put deodorant between those folds? Mm, 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 I don't know. I don't know. Like technically, maybe the pleasant ones I came across, that was their trade secret. They wouldn't divulge to me. They wouldn't divulge to me. Like you know what I mean. What like you know what I mean? You get that BB and you're in there, was just licking folds and licking crevices. Almost want to pay full attention to the full body. It's not like they're like, oh no, time out. You don't want to lick there because I have like aluminum chipped deodorant or antiperspirant, and you know how there's aluminum in there. I've never had a fair like fucking Wemyss warning from a lady in her fold. Um, so I don't know if that's proper safety training or if it was just not there. But I don't think they would divulge that kind of information. I don't think they would divulge that. Like you know what I mean? And me personally, I've always had this Dragon's Den idea, right? Okay. Um, who here has a butt crack? Raise their hand. Okay, yeah, I see a few hands raised. Yes, in the chats. Yes, I do see a few hands raised. And you know how that butt crack either smells like fucking butt crack or shat. Um, man, couldn't you rub a pit stick down the fucking crease of that thing and make it a little bit more pleasant to the fucking, you know what I mean, to the nose or to the fucking, because even like okay, who's here's work hard, and at the end of the summer day you can almost like paddle a canoe fucking up your fucking sweaty ass crack. There's so much fucking moisture in there. What if you were to like put a stick of antiperspirant right through the whole canal, right through the whole canal of it, right? Jumps. Just do a half moon of fucking antiperspirant right through the old deep canal of your fucking ass crack. Um, I don't know if that's ever been talked about on fucking Dragons Den, but wouldn't that be a game changer where your fucking ass crack wouldn't be so fucking moist and awkward and possibly chafery? You know what I mean? Like, did I solve the world's hunger problems? No. Did I possibly solve a fucking hard working man's fucking wet crack? I think I think I did fucking Jim Treliving. So fucking jump off the fucking Boston Pizza board and ship and jump on my fucking ass crack antiperspirants and we'll make millions, and then we'll make fun of fucking Kevin O'Leary for not jumping in, because fuck Kevin. Like Kevin O'Leary would be a fucking bad dragon to deal with. Jim Treliving is all like, I'm old. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. So fucking invest in my ass crack fucking antiperspirant. You know what I mean? Hey, patent pending, by the way. And this is all on stream. This is all documented. So if I track down any of you making the butt crack antiperspirant, then that's a wrap. You're doing the legwork, and I just collect your millions afterwards. Patent pending, folks. Boom. You know what I mean? Fuck y'alls. Deadpool, you might have to burst out your glasses. I don't want you to strain your eyes. They're right here. They're right here. Sweating the oldies. They overdo perfume to hide the old folks. And man, they do. They do. You need Marco's Disney wipes. Um, Scrub with the Summer's Eve or some dude's wipes. Um, yeah. Marco's baby wipes by the toilet seat. That's a fantastic fucking idea. That's a fantastic idea. But you know where else they belong? Possibly in your fucking car, fucking center console. Like you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? You're at the bar, or I don't know where else you pick up girls. Like I don't assume it's at the bar, or you could be, oh, I'm at the library, and you're like, let me check out this book right quick. Run to my car, fucking freshen up my ass with a fucking wet baby powder solution, and then come back to this girl and back in the library, all kinds of confident, because first off, let me tell you a trade secret. Let me tell you a trade secret. Let's say you go out for the evening, and before the evening, one thing leads to the other, and you done decide to pleasure yourself from the pleasures of the internet, and that happens, right? And if you go out and don't take care of your shit before you go out, you're going out with a less fresh stick, like a less fresh stick, and you're less confident. Like you know what I mean? You're like, hey ladies, what's up? What I got beautiful hair there, and no, you don't look fat in that outfit. Like you know, just throwing them compliments. Just throw, oh man, you look slim. Yeah, that yellow is your color. It's very slimming to you. You know what I mean? Just throwing them out, throwing them out. And but at the end of the day, you know you're not ready. You're not ready for any kind of attention to that. So you know what I mean? You're throwing out the worm, you're throwing out the bait, and man, at that point you're hoping it doesn't even fucking. You're hoping it doesn't even bite. You're hoping it doesn't because you're not ready. But have you had those like fucking wet wipes in your fucking car, and you just give the old fucking undercarriage, the old fucking care to? Then you could be ready. You could be ready. And I don't know if they make them unscented because I don't know if a girl wants to fucking like you know what I mean. Like let's say you're fucking wiped down, right? And this is a scenario I'm picturing. You're wiping down with these baby wipes, right? Natural fucking flavors like baby powder, right? And then you're wiping down yourself, and then let's say what you have to offer is not what she's expecting. You're giving her proper ammunition just to grill you and just ruin yourself. It's like, oh man, guess what this guy's baby dicks tasted like and smelled like? Baby wipes, that motherfucking baby dick motherfucker. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? You can't win or lose. You can't win or lose. You know what I mean? Unless you get unscented. I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar. Like you know what I mean? I've had an 18-year relationship, and I'm just assuming and guesstimating at this point because I guess the young fellas eat butt, and to me, as far as I know in the news, like butt stuff is E. coli, and they don't want that in the cabbage or the onions. So why do I want it like directly on my tongue? So you know what I mean? Like those kids nowadays and their music and their butt stuff. Like you know what I mean? You mean like the Manscaped Crop Preserve Ball Deodorant that poop? Exactly like that. Like you know what I mean? Just that stick to add a little freshness, just a little freshness. You know what I mean? Like you know when your balls smell like a swampy mess, and over that a little Irish Spring flavor or a little Old Spice flavor would be like more beneficial to you in life and to everyone around you. Then yes. Stick up my balls with some fucking speed stick. You know what I mean? Do deep do peeps take a whiff of your crack on the regular? It's not so much for like people who are close. It's just for myself, Like I know the odors I can that I can excrete from my own crevices, and yes, Like, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna have tender moments with Mrs. Poop, I'll take good attention to it, and I'll serve her up a fucking clean platter. You know what I mean? Um, but a young single man on the fly, he might just want the pick stick up, the pit stick right up the fucking old fucking sweaty ass crack. And I'm just trying to solve the world's problem. That's all. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not aiming for every demographic, but I'm aiming for a certain demographic, like the sweaty butt kind, with a pit stick. You know what I mean? Jim Living. Where's Jim Living? Dr. Dead Poop. Dead Poop, are you wearing a black hospital scrub? Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? Uh, Dead Poop only does prostate exams, though. Late at night, behind Mr. Subs, um, I'll have like this sandwich board like sign, just like booms, and it will just quickly detail what I'm offering. Like, you know what I mean? I'm offering cheap, high aluminum content antiperspirant for your butt crack and prostate exams. That's, you know what I mean? That's all. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not pressuring anyone into anything. I just have the sign. And if you want to come up to my fucking minivan and take part of any of the offerings, then fucking by all means, come on up. Come on. The minivan back door is open, and then I offer full privacy, so I will shut it throughout the exam, or the application. You don't want your junk to smell of fresh scent. Confirmed, I eat ass, and that is a young man games, Marco, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know what I mean? If anything, you're on topic with what the young kids are doing. But the older folks aren't eating butts. Although there is a few that do. There is a few that do. Like, you know what I mean? You get the odd guy that you could get, like even someone might, and they're talking about, and I'm like, what did you say? You were like nose deep in a girl's anus eating? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, okay, cool, 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 cool. And then you know what I do with my joint when it's his turn? I pretend like I missed the rotation. I pass it on the other side. Fuck this guy. I'm getting no fucking butt lips on my fucking joint. Go fuck yourself. I don't want no fucking butt lips. That poop is on fire tonight. Who needs Tater? And yeah, you know what he does? Slows me down. Slows me down. He fucking breaks down my creative control. No, but I do miss Tater, and Tater's back to work. So you know what I mean. Like, my schedule's gonna change, his schedule's changed, but man, there's no arguing that me and Tater, you know what I mean. Like, we do get along great on these. Like, you know what I mean. There's no doubt there. Confirmed it was Gabby's ass. This guy's junk smelled like baby ass. That's what I mean. Like, you can't sell yourself short. Like, you know what I mean? If you're offering a baby dick and it smells like baby powder, oh man, you know what you know the next day when the lady meets up with her lady friends, it's gonna be like, it's like, yeah, I sucked this dick. Giggle, 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 and she'd be like, what was it like? What's it like? It was small and smelled like a baby. Giggle, 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 and at that point, you're never going to get a second date with the girl that did suck your dick, and then all her friends she told, you'll never be able to get a date with them either. So you know what I mean? So damn if you do, damned if you don't. Don't put baby smell on a baby dick, I guess. Deadpool, do you think Abby should shoot up the club? Hell's no. No one should shoot up the club unless they're planning for like a fucking whimsical future with children, and you found the love of your life, and you don't believe you're gonna divorce her over a silly argument. Have you ever wanted to milk your prostate? It's a weird question. It can grow so big that you can fill up a milk carton. Um, I don't even know where my prostate nipple is to milk. So no, I've never thought about milking my prostate nipple or wherever the nipple is to milk it. Not really an option. I'm not a milk producer. I'm not a milk producer. In fact, I used to be allergic. So I don't even think I can make milk. Like, you know what I mean? How could I be allergic to milk and make my own poison, right? So, I mean, pass on that. Do you enjoy your own ball stink? Um, Johnny, why don't you answer that question yourself and then pretend like it's my answer? And then that is my answer. Because, yes, it's like smelling gasoline. It smells weird at first, almost in a delightful way. And you keep smelling until it disappears through your nostril. You know what I mean? As long as it's clean, I don't care. Marco, what do you do after eating an anus? Does this mean I can't blaze with dead poop? Well, we'll have to do a lips facts. We'll have to do a lips and tongues facts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when's the last time this has been in direct contact with an anus or anyone that's been outside of the country that hasn't quarantined for, like, you know what I mean? There's going to be some questions like, man, you know, it's great with wheat, and this is like this is 100% controversial, and I'll be the first guy to admit, right? This is 100% controversial. You know, it's great with weed, pinch of tobacco, so it burns ever so right. You know what's horrible with weed and or a pinch of tobacco, so it burns ever so right? E. coli, E. coli. That doesn't even add a flavor. That just adds sickness. That just adds sickness, and that's from butts. That's from butts and poops. And like a guy named Dead Poop should be like, oh yes, more of that. But no, I'll say less. I'll say less. I'll say like none. I'll say less to none. Like none to less. Less to none. Very much so less to none of that E. coli. You know what I mean? Like very much less to none of it. I hear about it on the news all the time, and usually when they talk about it on the news, it's not on a positive light. It's not like it's not like they're let's celebrate the 6 month anniversary of E. coli being on cabbage. It's not usually like that. It's usually like there's E. coli in the cabbage. Everyone is in danger. Stop what you're doing. Throw out all your cabbage. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Red Rom, Red Rom, Red Rom. And that's how I also feel about E. coli. The same as the news portrays it. And am I following the fake news? Am I the one being silly about it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Fake news. Um, you'd ever tongue speed bag a fart box dead poop? Like, would I ever not? Would I ever not? Not ever, never, ever, ever in life. I could paint you one scenario that almost be acceptable. Like, you know what I mean? Let's say, I don't know, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Jennifer Love Hewitt, if she presented a fucking presentable rosebud at the time that she wants me to like pleasure her in sexual fashions, and she presented a fucking nice, clean, presentable rosebud. Yeah. I might go in. I might go in just out of sheer like fandom, out of sheer fandom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like, you know what I mean? Beyond that, like, I have my limits. I have my limits. Like, you know what I mean? I think if Mrs. Poop presented me a very nice, presentable rosebud, I think I could talk myself out of it. I'm like, no. Let me just do it regular style. Let me just like please you where I know it's pleasant. Like, you know what I mean? Let's. Let me just do regular style like they have been doing for all this time. Like, you know what I mean? And then she'd be like, okay, well, I washed my butt for nothing. Then I'd be like, no, you wash your butt for a good reason. That's a good reason. Like, you know, you want a clean butt in general. Like, you know what I mean? That's a general task. You know what I mean? Because I try to present a clean bottom all times, all times. I high pressure the fucking undercarriage real good. I fucking clean it real good. I present a nice undercarriage, even though I don't, never plan on presenting it to anyone. Like, you know what I mean? I just run a clean ship. I just run a clean ship, and I hope in life that's what people aim for. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Good enough to eat, but never put it on a platter. Something like that. Pay tater, ha ha ha, because dead poop is rolling in the tips. $10 this month. No monetized vids. Oh fuck yeah, dude! Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd easily give Tater like 2% of that. 2% of that $10 this month for sure. He fucking earned it. He fucking earned it. You can shoot up a gilf club with no worries. That that's not exactly true. You know what you could worry about? Uh, okay, okay. You're saying you're not worried about the one child, but you know what you should worry about? The 1,000 STDs that this old broad could have. Did she service a whole basketball team earlier? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know her fucking Carfax. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? There's no reason to shoot up a club. You know what I mean? Have you ever had one of those poops where the smell of it made you hungry? I've never had my own poop make me hungry because, man, I know what I produce. But I've walked in. This is specifically, and this must be this one specific butt. I must like this one person's fucking flavor big time. When I was school bus driving, right? Boom, boom, boom. I'd be like on clockwork. Drop off the kids, boom, boom, park the bus, then I'd go inside, have a shit in this like right up by the office, little private washroom. So this is only used by teachers, no students or nothing like that. And a lot of times I'd walk in, man, and whoever had a shit before me smelled like a delicious peppercorn steak almost. Like, you know what I mean? I'm walking in, and this is the morning. I had a long day already because I wake up early. I walk into this fucking bathroom. My mouth is almost salivating from this fucking peppercorn steak flavor shit that's fucking lingering in this thing. And then here I am dropping off my rotten eggs in this. And by the end of it, because of my flavor I added to her, I assume it's to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no man can make a delicious flavor like this aromically. But by the end, when I'm done, it's like not hungry anymore. I'm not craving steak no more. Like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure someone put rotten eggs on the steak, peppercorn steak at that. Where are we at? Where are we at? Rick 2 legend, eat more garlic. Your bathroom will start to smell like a deli. And after eating like a fucking donair, man, like the next day poops, very spicy, very spicy. It, like in a smell way. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're pretty much like fucking making a pure garlic onion concoction. All those cabbage pickers eating ass. That's what I mean. Like nowadays, you're eating a cabbage, you're comfortable eating butts. You know what I mean? They both have E. coli. They both have E. coli. E. coli, Amber Alert, in St. John, and I think we're the lesser parts to worry about. But I hear a lot of the U.S. Like lately, onions is a big thing with the E. coli lately, or salmonella, or something like that. Like, yeah, even I was at my buddy's body shop, and he was even terrified of the onion. He was giving me the onion warning. So And that's a U.S. onion. So, you know your guys' produce? Keep it. Keep it. Dead poop. Have you ever farted while a girl was going down on you? I'd like to say I like to say yes. I've had a few long-term girlfriends, and out of comfortability, yes, I'm pretty sure that might have happened, but I don't remember an instant. But man, on the other side of the spectrum, like you know what I mean. Even if I'm like, you know what I mean. After a good sesh with a lady friend, sometimes, and when you're done, just packing air in that puss, it'll go, blah blah blah, blah, blah 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 blah, just emptying out that fucking that gush. It's almost like you just fucking that whole cavity you just air compressored, and then and then once you're out, it's like so you know what I mean. Whatever happens out of that is more embarrassing than a quick little fart. You know what I mean? And it's almost like, oh, shame on you, girl, for judging my fart. When your fucking shit ooze like fucking pure floppy sounds for like 10 seconds straight, like you know what I mean? Shame on you. Um, did a drunk girl ever puke on you while she was blowing you? No, but I've timed it out before a few times where I'm like, oh, time out, and then I'd go and puke. I've done that before. I've never like puked on a person, but I have like, oh, this is great, this is great. Time out. Let me run, puke. And then at that point, you lost the magic. Like you know, what I mean, it's rare for a finish at that point, but sometimes it happens. But it's rare. It's a rare finish at that point. Um, what's a good name, first and last? What's a good name, first and last? Right off the hop, without even thinking, maybe Zach Powers. Because I like Zach from Saved by the Bells, and I like Austin Powers, and also remember in Homer in The Simpsons, his last name was Max Powers, but this is like Zach Powers, just as cool. Johnny Hopper's in the Jesus, in the Heezy, taking her Heezy. If you were writing a story, what is the hero's name? Dude, man, I don't know, Sir Lancelot, and I mean his cock. Like you know what I mean, like Sir Cox a lot with his lance. Man, dude, I don't know. I don't know. Wagwan Hopper, Thor, Dirk Diggler, Zach Powers, Buck Naked, and I think Zach Powers is fucking bang on. Like everyone my age likes fucking Zach from Saved by the Bell, and you add Powers as the last name. Sounds power. It sounds powerful. It actually sounds powerful, right? Johnny Harper less. Yeah. My name is Les Powers. Les Powers. Buck Naked was Led Claypool's name in what I know as Big Brown Beaver. Uh, Why I know I had a big brown beaver. She used something code name for. No, I'm like missing. I'm like mixing two songs. Gabby, when we going shopping for GoonCon tomorrow? Is Gabby still even in here? Let me look. Let me do the A. Let me do the A and the G. A, G, A. No, he's still here. He should answer. He should answer. My brother puked in my mom's cleavage while she was driving when we were little. Sir Coxalot with his lance. Um, I remember this one time. Oh man, this was pure insanity, and this is like fucking years and years and years ago. When possibly I was a low down dirty rascal. Um, I picked up this lady at the bar. Okay, with my charm and my looks, of course, easily done. She fell for my spider web quite easily, like I had a big she fell for it. So, anyways, I get to her place, and man, she was a little bit older than me. She had a couple kids, so I'm like, just fucking, just, 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 just that young man sport, that young man sport to an old doll, like, you know what I mean? Just bam, bam, just that young man sport, and then after I'm done, like, I think I passed out for a little bit. Then I woke up and I'm like super nauseous, and I'm like, let me get the fuck out of here. It's almost like that gnaw your arm off just to get out of the situation, just to get out of the bedroom that you're in. So I'm out of the bedroom, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna hurl, and I don't even know where I'm at. Like I'm like I have no idea where the bathroom is. So these kids had these rubber boots, and I'm like, pick up a first rubber boot. I fill up this little kid's, like, I don't know, size 3-4 rubber boot. Boom, grab the other one. Fill that one up. And then thank goodness she had two kids, because I grabbed that third boot, didn't fill that one up, but man, I was like spitting in it, just. And then I'm like, fuck this. So you know what I mean, the rubber boot I'm spitting in, I'm walking fucking throughout her apartment building. I didn't even know where the fuck I was. So I'm walking through like hallways. I'm still spitting in her kid's rubber boot, the one I took. And then I'm like, fuck this. So once I got outside, I left the other kid's rubber boot right up by the door. So thank goodness she has a pair, even though her other kids are full of puke, and this one's fucked too. And anyways, I walked home, and if it was a long walk, man. But that breeze fucking did me good. That long walk did me good. I was like, it's almost like I gave my life a fucking thought, like a second thought. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This girl had two kids, and she was ugly. You know what I mean? If you can do better, you can do better. You can do better. You know what I mean? Did you ever get a lap dance from a stripper with a bullet wound? No, but I've had a lap dance from like a fresh tit scar, like a fresh double tit scar. Yeah, that's been done. Radio silence. Gabby's ignoring Marco. That's awkward. I got a lap dance from a chick who had her nipples bit off. Both of them? How can you let both? Like, you think after one fella would bite one nipple, you'd be so cautious with the other one. Like that one is like very very believable. Both is almost like, man, what, we should tie down. And after I say that, the longer I wait, the more I go, we should tie down. Long awkward silence, like if I know about tying down. um, I got one from a stripper whose tampon string was sticking out. Man, she can't take a day off a month. She can't take a week off a month. You know what I mean? She's got to do it. That poop, you are the best. Thanks for the last. Rig 2. Stop being so coy. Stop being so coy. There's no reason for those compliments. You're just gonna edit this later and just love it. Chick said a jar head did it. A bit both nipples, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Yeah, Yowzer's the one, and then you don't let a fella kind of mingle around the other side after the first one's bit off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just common nipple security. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you have to order a nipple bouncer to save fucking both nipples. Um, I think the first nipple gone is like, oh man, maybe I should hire this fella. I don't think they should be gone both in one night. That seems silly. Maybe she just had inverted nipples. A bite, I bit a little, and she freaked out. You bit the girl that's missing two nipples from bites. Of course that would freak her out. Of course that would freak her out. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like when that stripper works the room. You know what she's looking for? She's not looking for the big dongs and the jeans. She's looking for less teeth. You know what I mean? She's like, oh man, your teeth seem weak. Want to go for a dance? And she feels so safe. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, jeez, Louise. Did you ever walk out of a men's room with toilet paper on your shoe and not know? Yes, yes, I've have. That's pretty common. I've done that. That's pretty damn common. Where my where my weed at? Where the weed at? And what did I say? A fucking beer joint of donair. Might as well fucking roll the joint. Might as well roll the joint. The more nips, the better. Yeah. No, exactly. When I pay for a toot or for a strip, you know what I'm paying for? I'm expecting two nips. I'm legit like expecting two nips. Two nips and a fucking snail drip. You know what I mean? That when I'm in a dark room in a fucking with the old toot or with the old fucking stripper, I'm expecting two nips and a snail drip. You know what I mean? I want I want glitter all the side of my face. I want this questionable sauce all over the fucking thighs of my pants, and I want two nipples. And call me old fashioned, but that's that's what a fella likes to pay for. You know what I mean? Two nips and a fucking snail drip. You know what I mean? And if there's no snail drip, isn't that questionable? Now, like nowadays, let's talk about nowadays. Nowadays, you know what I mean? Nowadays, now, I'm not gonna go to a different extent, not to be PC, but you know what I mean? Uh, you ever more nips? You ever wear sweatpants to the strip club? Sweat, sweat, sweatpants to the strip club. If you go to the bars before, yeah, you're wearing jeans. You're trying to look good. But if it's a bachelor party and the whole point of the night is you're gonna go to the strip club, sweatpants or fucking track pants. You know what I mean? You get that loose layer, so the ladies know. So the ladies know you're excited that you're dancing with them. You know what I mean? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hopefully they have two nipples. So I hear that's a thing now. Like, you know what I mean? You could be dancing like, I don't know, two songs in, and she bitch might not even have nipples now. I guess, and that's not what I paid for. I I paid for a girl that possibly has the option to lactate, even though that's not what I want. I just want the option. Like, you know what I mean? Let me get a good one. You guys fucking crack me up. And Johnny Harper, man, that's because of you guys. Like, you know what I mean? We're all hanging out. Everyone's funny here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these comments are funny. The question's funny. We're a fucking good crowd. We're a good crowd. It's $40 a song, private dance out here. It's way cheaper out here. Like out here, like it's $15 a dance, allegedly. Let me not talk like I know exactly what's going on in my city, but I think rumor has it it's $15 a dance, and if you. Did you ever get a lap dance from a chick who had a bad breath? No, but I did have one that had like super bad body odor, and I'm pretty sure I told this story. This is like we were working. Me and the boys were working fucking out Trackety, out Miramichi, renovating Kent's. So like these construction boys, I'm tight with them. Like, you know what I mean? We're all like fucking drinking all the time, partying all the time. And anyways, we're like, oh, let's drive up to Trackety and go to the strip joint. So man, we knew we were in trouble right away. We show up to the strip joint, and every strip joint I've been to, there's a cover charge. Not this place. Walked in, we're like, I'm expecting to get ID'd. We're young as fuck, we're expecting to pay a cover charge. We're like, she's like, bro, just go right in. This unenthusiastic person at the door, just go right in, no cover charge, no fucking ID or nothing. And there's like maybe about six fucking bikers, like hardcore bikers. Like these guys may or may not have been patched in. And you know what they're doing? They're back turned to the stage, not even looking at fucking whatever's going on. So I'm like, oh man, this is going to be something special in a different way. So, anyways, the first girl comes out, and is this blondie, like, you know what I mean, a good shaped blondie. And me being the fucking, I'm like, I don't, me knowing that we weren't gonna stay around here long because we were gonna get stabbed or killed or whatever, because it's just a bad vibe. I'm like, I'm jumping on the first one. First opportunity, I'm in. So anyways, I go in the back with her and like little fucking lap dance. She was the one with the tit scars. And then she smelled so horrible. Like her smell was so putrid. It smelled like a bag of sour apples in a fucking in a hot garbage can on a warm summer's day. Like, you know what I mean? Just a mixture of that and a little potpourri because she was trying to mask it. So, anyways, I barely breathe through a dance and I pay her. And then after my dance, I'm like, oh man, that was great, darling. And I paid her for one of my buddies to get a dance just because I didn't want to go through this alone. Like her odor was so peculiar. Okay, and this is the part I missed out. Her breasts were so peculiar. Remember how I said she had the scars? Her breasts were like, okay, let's go. Let's start off deep. Let's go deep. It's like, that feels like tit. That feels like tit. And then as soon as you would come up to the nipple, it felt like grandma's buckwheat pillow, like that magic bag pillow that you put in the microwave and you heat up. Like the texture was all wrong. Like this girl got that fucking that discount boob job. And so yeah, I fucking after my dance was done, I'm like, okay, no, here's for my dance. You grab my buddy Aaron in there and you give him a dance. And after he came out, man, he was fucking pissed. And I knew exactly why. And then we had something to talk about the whole way back to Miramichi. You know what I mean? Dead Poop Universe. What? I missed that one. I gotta scroll up a little bit. Where we at? Dead Poop Universe is about to pass 300 marks for the 8th time. I know. It's like 300, celebrate. Then the 296, then 300. Yeah. I'm done. You know when I'm gonna celebrate 300? When I'm at 310. That's when I'm gonna celebrate 300. Only 13 more weeks at our current growth trajectory. Barbie doll with no nipples. Are they prostitutes in St. John? Johnny, that's a stupid question. Prostituting, tooting, is the oldest fucking career in the world. Of course we have them. Of course we have them. And remember that. Anyways, yeah, of course we have. um, have you ever hit a bird while you're on your bike? I've never hit a bird, but I've hit like June bugs and this that. Like, you get a June bug to the forehead, man. Like it can almost knock you out. Like, especially when you're going pretty fast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, you see a bird. It doesn't have to be a bird, but it could be that June. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you hit that hard bug in the wrong spot, that could fuck you up. When I was little, I got my clean teeth by some bitch who had bad BO. I told my mom, who then grounded me for lying and spreading rumors. She obviously didn't have the same fucking teeth cleaner. You should have been like, all right, you book an appointment with her. You book an appointment with this bitch. Then you tell me, mom. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've come across that. It's almost like parental parents will either like not believe you or super believe you. And I've come across both fucking circumstances, and it's both are not pleasant because both are actually non-accurate. Like, you know what I mean? Um, sounds like Tijuana. Who smells worse than stripper or normie? No, normie's a different. Like Normie was almost more. It was more pungent, but more manageable. Like Normie was like a normal fucking super stunk of a man, but it's like next level of something I've already smelt before. But this trackety stripper, whatever pungent odor her vajay was fucking emitting was like nothing I've ever come across in my life. Like, this thing was pure bag of sour apples and a fucking hot bag of fucking dirty cabbage on a fucking right before summer's day garbage pickup. It was a fucking horrible. Because I always said, man, like you be a garbage man in the fucking wintertime. That's not too bad. Like, the garbage is technically in the fridge the whole day, even when it's outside. You're a garbage man in the summertime. Oof. That bag's got maggots. It's got a different odor. It's more like, you know what I mean? Like, poof. I love how you fucked your friend up after. I would have done the same. Just because, man, like, it was just so peculiar to me that I didn't want to go through it alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say if my friend didn't get a dance and I'm the only one that fucking went through it, I'd be like talking stories and no one can relate. So I needed somebody that I could relate to. You know what I mean? Just like birds of a feather, let's stick together. Let's fucking both smell this fucking holy fucking. I don't know if it was from a fucking snapper or for fucking. Anyways. Legendary asked the stupid question for the record. Did I skip his question? I see it's retracted. Did I skip it? Do you remember your bad bike accident, or did you black out? No, I never blacked out. I never blacked out. Um, I blacked out more when I was sober one time on a bike accident. Like, I've had numerous bike accidents, but the one where I shattered my whole shoulder, I knew something was wrong. Like, it didn't feel right, but I didn't black out. Like, I only knew something was wrong. Like, I was like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, the let's call a spade a spade. I was drunk as fuck. It was like an all you can drink night. at the bar for like $5. They gave you a cup, and it's like, oh, let me get all the draft beer. And man, I was drunk as fuck. Buddy wanted some fucking extracurricular activities, and I stopped. And while he's getting his whatever, I'm doing burnouts in front of the gas station and this and that, and then I do I wiped out while showing off, and then fucking he jumps on the back of and I drop him off, and I'm like, wow, man, I don't feel right. Then I drive my bike home, and then my shoulders all the way down, and the bone wasn't sticking out of my skin, but it was like it was causing a weird protrusion. That's for damn sure. But the one time where I did black out was there's like this steep hill right in front of the causeway, and I'd yeah, it was just a same bike. It was a street bike. It was like a crotch rocket. It was like more of a sports speed bike at the time, and I hit the front brakes too hard, and it was like wet damp, so my front tire just slid out, and man, I wiped out. I got flung off so fucking quick, and I hit my head so hard that I slid down the whole bottom of the hill. My bike sliding, I'm sliding, and I think I was knocked out for I don't know a few seconds. So, this guy wakes me up. He's like, "You okay?" I was like, "Where am I?" And then I realized, like, yeah, I'm okay. Just help me get my bike up, and then fucking helps me lift up my bike, and then I fucking go back to work. And then this is where I actually quit a job that day. I was like, yeah, I just had a fucking motorcycle accident, and I think I should go to the hospital. And they're giving me a hard time over it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. And I was working for like a funeral home. It was like a funeral home, like answering service. It's kind of an easy, cushy job, but fuck you guys. I'm saying, where you at? Johnny, please don't blame me for your question. Do you remember those sticky octopuses you would throw at a wall and they would stick and crawl down? Nope. I remember like the sticky hands, like you know what I mean, where you're like pachonks, and then there's like a string of the goop, and then there's like a hand pachonks. But an octopus, unless we're talking about the same thing, but the octopus crawling on the wall, no, I don't remember that. You know what I mean? You send me a link to something I might fucking see, and I'm like, yes, yes, I remember that. But right off the hop, no familiar. Those things were in boxes of Captain Crunch. Oh yes, it's the same thing as a sticky hand, but you didn't have the paddle in your hand. It was just this fucking multiple fucking the same as the hand, but it was like just a thing where boom. Yes, yeah, I remember now. I remember now. Yes, yes. How do you like my steak? Like I like my steak cooked, real cooked, real cooked. Did you see a lot of dead bodies when you worked at the funeral service? I didn't see a one. I worked for like it was a call center for multiple funeral homes where you know in the after hours where the funeral director would go home, but yet people die all hours of the day. It was like that where it was like I get the call, it'd say, "Oh yes, something something funeral home. Matthew speaking. How may I help you?" It was like, "My uncle died." I was like, "All right, cool, 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 cool." Except for I wouldn't say that. Although I got in trouble for being a bit too relaxed. I did get in trouble for being a bit too relaxed. That was legit. I legit got in trouble for being too relaxed. And it's like the funeral director is busy right now, but what's your name and number? The patient, the fucking dead guy, whatever, his information, and we'll have him call you back. Boom. And then and that was pretty much it. But I got in trouble at this fucking funeral home fucking answering service because then this is what I said. This is what I said. It's like the funeral director at the moment is busy getting his ducks in a row. Blah 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 blah. Whatever the fuck else I said. They took so offense of me saying ducks in a row, and to me that's a fucking saying. That's to me, I say ducks in a row to mean organ to get the funeral director is getting organized. He's getting his ducks in a row. But to them, it was like I'm referring as bodies as ducks, blah blah blah. It was blasphemy, and man, did I almost get fired? Yes. Did I quit soon after? Fuck yes. Fuck them. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Great relaxed job. I used to sleep a lot. I used to sleep a lot on the job. Did you see? Okay. I've never had Captain Crunch. Oh, Ritu, man, you're missing out, but your roof of your mouth is being saved. Captain Crunch is so crunchy that man, it'll jam up and ruin your fucking whole top of your mouth, almost like a fucking hot pizza. You know what I mean? I eat all the crunch berries and this ditch the crunch. Yeah, crunch berries was a fucking definite good add-on. Jay Greenbaum 85 in the his house. What's up, my bro? Hello. Me too, Rick too. I only eat the good cereal. Same here, Johnny Harper. My brother would cry when I did that. Like eat all the good stuff, like cherry pick. There'd be no cherry picking. Like in my family, it's only me and my brother. But I'm not gonna screw over my brother. My brother ain't gonna screw over me. There's no cherry picking. You know what there was? There's a early toy picking where and this was the move. This was the move back in the day. Like 100% this was the move. Boop, open your cereal box, take the full fucking unopened bag out, give it a shake till you see the prize, cut it open, reach in, get the prize, pull it out, then shake it, and fit it back in the box. Like if nothing ever happened. And when I beat my brother, that was a great day because there's no arguing. Like, you know what I mean? If the fucking cereal toy was in my possession, it belonged to me, my brother. And if the cereal toy was in his possession, it belonged to him. Like, you know what I mean? There's no arguing. And oddly enough, you know what the fair thing would have been to do? Is fucking turns. But there was never turns. It was always like first one that gets it fucking gets it. You know what I mean? Yeah, take the prize too on the ride home. I'd pick the raisins out of the raisin bran too. Then my brother would pour a plain. Okay, okay, yes. Am I a selfish fuck? Of course I am. Am I a greedy fuck? Hell no. When I'd pour my cereals and it was like, let's say like Lucky Charms, I'd purposely try to go like heavy on the fucking marshmallows. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go out of my way. I wouldn't fucking marshmallow cherry pick. But yeah, I'd make sure I'd have a good fucking like to me. I'd give it a few shakes, and I know the marshmallows would reach at the top. It was like a hands-free life hack. But I didn't go out of my way. I didn't cherry pick anything. You know what I mean? I was still that fucking Jesus and his dad fucking tell how much I got in my bowl and how much my brother had, even though I had the prize, and that didn't mean shit at that point. I wish I had Captain Crunch when I was a kid, but my parents had some heavy, weird brand loyalty and would never buy it. They stuck to the same thing. What was the same thing, Rick? Too. Um, like me growing up, like it was like wheat puffs. Like you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? We were. I'd be the first one to admit, like when my mom got her teaching job, and my dad was always a mechanic, right? My mom got her teaching job. She's like, I made something of myself, or so, I don't know what went through her head, but it's like we bought a brand new house, like a new construction house, like you know what I mean, or it was like, we're the second owner of this house. Haunted as fuck, by the way. Uh, but the house was so nice that, man, we were poor as fuck, man. It was a lot of puff wheat. We never had a restaurant. Like, man, I've never, like, to me, Christmas, you know what Christmas was? Christmas was like socks and underwear. And for some of you guys, it's like, oh man, a parent should buy that just on a Tuesday if you ask for it. Nope. For new underwear, I'd have to wait for Christmas and to get my socks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing glamorous about Christmas. Yes, there's a bunch of new things and this and that, but kid you not, like in my stocking, like growing up in my stocking for years, one of the items that I got for Christmas in my stocking was an apple and an orange. Just one. Just one apple, one orange in my goddamn Christmas stocking. That's how poor we got at a certain point where it was a filler. It was like one more bubble in the stocking for the stocking to look full, and it was a goddamn fucking apple and an orange. But hey, those were the best years of my life. You know, back when I had a fucking apple in my fucking Christmas stocking. Ooh yeah. We'd pick out cereal based solely on price. Yeah, and I was a prize hunter. Fucking Fruity Pebbles. Do you remember any of those cereal toys? A lot of them were like weak sauce. A lot of those fucking cereal toys were weak sauce, but yeah, a lot of them were weak sauce, like fucking shitty toys and this and that. But looking back on what was like wowzers was like after I grew up a little bit, like after fucking kiddom. I remember a few of the cereal boxes. It was like a PC game, like, you know what I mean. And back then, that was a big deal. Like, you know what I mean. I can buy cereal and have a computer game with it. That was kind of a big deal. That's like pre-internet, so having a game was having a game, dude. Like, you know what I mean. Like, guess how many games my computer has? 7. And then that was a fucking color pop right there. Oh, what? Your computer has 7 games? Oh my goodness! Wow, like, and that's a legit wow. You know what I mean? I got a 10 Ren and Stimpy magnetic dartboard. And did you see there's a new Ren and Stimpy documentary that just came out? 2020. Look it up on the torrents. Ren and Stimpy just came out. Saw it. Download it. Haven't watched it yet. Looking forward to it. My dad loved puff wheat and puff rice sold in big bags. And you had to soup that up. You had to, like, I don't know, sugar the top. Some people put like maple syrup in that. Yes, I maple syrup a little bit. That puff wheat was so flavorless. You definitely had to do something. You had to do something. Uh, yeah, I'm not gonna. I'll tell you another poor story. Frosted Flakes, Honey Nut Cheerios, Fruit Loops, Special K, Puff Wheat, over and over again. Why? Who the fuck knows? Um, and then those are kind of standards. Those are kind of standards. Um, and yes, like, you know what I mean, puff wheat and whatever was big in bulk was the main thing. But oddly enough, like if we were at the grocery store, grocery shopping with my parents, and if we wanted that toy cereal or picked out a cereal, cereals weren't that expensive. That wasn't gonna be the fucking the fucking make or break item. And Count Chocula was a decent one. Like, to me, Count Chocula was the fucking bomb diggity. And Cocoa Pebbles, whatever the fuck cereal would turn your white milk into chocolate milk when you drink it, was like, oh man, this is the best. This is the best. And sometimes I'd be like, there'd be a good toy and a fucking shittier cereal, and I'd be like, fuck that toy. I still want my fucking Count Chocula. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just go for what sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants. You know what I mean? And the heart wants a little bit of chocolate milk after he's done eating the cereal. You know, Pop Tarts. Yeah, 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 yeah. You can't deny a Pop Tart. And my fave Pop Tart, the raspberry one, where the frosting was white and it was like boom, 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 like a rainbow speckles on it. That was my favorite, and it was a lesser favorite one. Like mainly, oh, you're a blueberry or strawberry guy. Nah, fuck all that. Raspberry. Let me get that raspberry. I got a toy Dino from the Flintstones in a box of Fruity Pebbles, and I think I remember that. I think it's that Dino is like a non-flexible. I want to call it plastic, but it's not quite plastic, but it is plastic, like a non-flexible, just like fucking stiff toy, if I remember. Dead poop. Do you remember when they gave music CDs in beer cases? Yep, man. Dude. As a kid, I was that fucking toy hunter, and as a fucking gosh darn man, you can't tell me I wasn't that beer. What's the coolest prize and whatever brand's going on? Like for the longest time, all my t-shirts were beer t-shirts free from beer. Like you know what I mean. And then my hats were beer hats. Like you know what I mean. Like a free gift is a free gift. Yeah, yeah, I love a free gift. And man, that's a rare deal. Like that free gift is a fucking rare deal nowadays. Like you know what I mean. Like remember the days when they used to fucking earn your business? Remember when they used to earn your business? Man, I see way better with these, even though they're dirty. Yeah, Papa Kale back in the day. I remember a coin box magic trick that came in a box of tricks. Was that like a cardboard cutout? Like sometimes the gift of the cereal was like a pre-perforated box where the box was the fucking thing. Like I remember a bunch of times where oh the toy is the box where you make a couple hockey nets and hockey sticks and you fucking flip flap that around. Mine was deep blue, almost purple. Yeah. Puff wheat with sugar on top. And that's how I like my fucking my corn flakes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can get frosted flakes and then pre-frosted, but I prefer corn flakes and then I have sugar control. I have sugar control. Like, you know what I mean? Like, would I run a fucking tight ship if I was like the fucking leader of a small army? Yes, and I would love full control of my sugar. Nine, nine, and then the stream drops. Sorry about that, guys. But no, yeah, I prefer sugar control. Don't frost every flake. Let me fucking frost it with my sugar on my corn flakes. You know. At PoopCon, there better be a booth with a huge section of cereals for the poophead seat. Just because we talk about cereals tonight doesn't need to be a fucking PoopCon thing. Like you know what I mean? Otherwise, what is there? Gotta be a booth with a BBW just slomping down them fucking old fucking glizzies on the slomping down on some old glizzies. You know what I mean? PoopCon entrance fee, donate a box of cereal. It was. Did you collect stickers in the Hostess chips? Yeah. My next door neighbor, the Daggles, when we lived in French Village in the country, right? We're talking about Jill was like my 1 year older than me. Big burly boy. Big burly boy. And then you got his older brother, big burly boy. And his dad, And the grandfather lived there, and the mom, big burly girl, and his younger sister, big burly girl. So boom, there's a next door. The amounts of chips these guys went through was phenomenal. So yes, they collected the hostess points back in the day, the fucking little munchy munch, fucking little characters and this that, to the point where these guys had enough points to cash in stuff. Like they had like these like the Munchos guys that pretty much was like just a bright colored chip bag looking fucking stuffy type of character. They had a bunch of stuffies of those. He had one of those mini arcades that he got. Like, man, these guys ate chips. These burly boys ate chips. You know what I mean? And they got prizes. But I never consumed enough to get a prize. They banned us from wearing those at school. I had a bunch of the cigarette shirts, and my mom worked at 7-Eleven. Yeah, and yeah. Depending on what company you work for back in the day, like they don't like beer merch. You ever try to grow sea monkeys that came in? No, I never done the sea monkeys, but I have like a wheelbarrow that fills up with like rainwater and like crud and stuff. And I kid you not, there's sea monkeys in there right now. Like I can show you like homegrown sea monkeys. You know what I mean? I think they turn into fruit flies. I think that's what it works out to be. Where these fucking things floating in your stagnant water and your fucking wheelbarrow turn into fruit flies, and the fruit flies turn into real flies, and sometimes you have real flies in here. It's a circle of life. You know what I mean? Pumbaa. Um, Cornflakes were the bomb. I killed all the sea monkeys and left them in the window too long, and they cooked. I don't know how to tend. I don't know how to tend to a sea monkey, but death is not a good outcome for a pet. You know what I mean? Yes, there will be a BBW booth. Oh, what? You bringing your own hose? Alexander Daggle. No. Papa, read my mind. Dead poop. Do you care which way the toilet paper rolls or hangs on the. Dude, I don't give a fuck. I don't even put it on the roller. I don't even fucking put it. Where's my beer at? Here it is. I don't even put it on the roller. This is what happens. This is what happens. Old empty roll. Dead poop gets a new roll. Wipes his ass. Puts a new roll on top of the old roll. Leaves it there, and it gets placed. Just gets it places itself, like it placed itself into the roller. And yeah, so either way, like I know people say, oh, it's got to be mullet style down, not fucking bangs out. But I don't give a fuck. As long as there's enough to wipe my ass, that's all I care. Like, at the end of the day, it's like shit not being in your crack is the goal of the toilet paper, not how great it hangs. Papa, read my mind. I collect Marlboro miles for Marlboro hats and hoodies. You get cigarette points. That's a thing. You get the old cig points. I mean, like you're collecting cancer and cigarette points. The hockey player. No. It's not Alexander Delay. No. We're just talking about my fucking neighbor. Although I must have told you guys before my hockey sports lineage in my family, because I've technically some of you guys should put Esquire on my last name. You know what I mean? Those are larvae, not the same. Sea monkeys are krill. There's still stuff moving around in the water. At the end of the day, isn't that what a sea monkey is? Something just fucking bouncing around the water. and the fucking little critters I got growing in my wet fucking wheelbarrow is stuff moving around the water. I think they're similar. Yeah, there might not be the same, but they're similar. I had fish, they always died. I had uh I had mice. Well, mice. I had two mice growing up. It's almost like when you're old enough and you have your own money because I had a paper out and you have to be fucking eight. You have to be like 19 to buy booze. You gotta be fucking 18 to buy pornos. You gotta be whatever to buy cigarettes. But guess what? You can be whatever age if you got the money to buy a fucking pet mouse in a cage. So, anyways, I showed up at the house and bought a fucking pet mouse in a cage and this and that because I was my own money. I was like, Mom, look what I got. My mouse, Leroy, baddest mouse in the whole damn town. But just a few months down the road, he got a head stuck in the fucking Ferris wheel. Like he had this little running wheel, and then boom. One day I was like, oh no, Leroy, what's wrong? You're not moving. He like jammed his head in his fucking little running wheel, and so then I was like, all right, Leroy, man, fucking love you, miss you. Throw you 3 yards down the fucking block. You know what I mean? Go down a mall, get another fucking little mouse. Like, you know what I mean? Leroy number two. Like, I lived I kept the dream going on. I didn't even call him Leroy number two. I called him like if he was Leroy number one, like if Leroy didn't even die. And he died. He died. he died in his sleep. This guy didn't get his head jammed in the wheel, but he died a little bit later. I collect lighters by stealing them. Yeah, you would. You would. You seem like that type. Um, I had a friend who actually did that legendary gaming. Green, like I said, Green Hood. Green Hood's in that category. Green Hood. One time, he's my good friend. I was like, "Oh man, I don't have a lighter, dude." He's like, "I got you, bro." Reaches in his duffel bag in the front pocket. He had like 30 lighters. Hands me one. Hands me one because I need the one. Hands me one. And of course, curiosity killed the cat, and ain't gonna die anytime soon. So I'm like, dude, what's up with all lighters? Like, those are the ones that sometimes I put in my pocket by mistake, and this and that. Like he stole all those. He stole all those. You should get extra free shit based on how much cancer you get. That's the Marlboro points. Yeah, I guess in that sense, yeah. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? You send a picture of your fucking yellow knuckles just for extra credit. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, a picture of your fucking dark, deep orange yellow knuckles. You're like, yeah, this guy's actually smoking them. Extra credit. Lighters or batteries, and batteries are the number one stolen shit. How do you steal a battery? How would I steal a battery from a friend? Like, you know what I mean? That seems like a weird steal. Although every stealing is weird, but friend, can I borrow a battery? And then I just put it in my pocket. Like, how does a battery ownership switcheroo take place? Yeah, Mario gets to use the miles program after years. You ever put a wire or a fork in a socket? Man, all the time, Papa Kale. Honestly, all the fucking time. Uh, when me and my buddies were fucking younger, I had this like fucking train set. You know what I mean? And we're talking like an old school train set. So we're talking train. So anyways, the box that connects the fucking the power, the plug to the train has this green box. So anyways, I unscrewed the cover, and then me and my friends, our game was to try to hold on to the both terminals as long as we could. It was like, ging, 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 1, 2, 3, go. That's too much. That's too much. We would just take turns, and that'd be a thing for a while. Like, you know what I mean, we just get stoned and just hold the terminals. And I would win every time. Like I'm great. I'm great with power. I'm great with power. Like to me, it was like intense, but it was like just like a weird numbing. It's just like numbing. I can hold 110 quite a bit. I've took the 220. I've took the 220 a few times, and that's different. The 220 made me feel different. I took a big zap of that, and not a big fan. Not a big fan of that. My buddy would steal batteries from remotes. Okay, yeah, so he sneaks them out of remotes. He would do it. The girls never wanted to fuck again. I heard of Tater and Scotty because they won gold in the Olympics for badminton. Legendary Gaming, like you know exactly what to say. You know exactly what to say, don't you? We used to buy a bunch of fighting fish and get hammered, fill a kiddie pool, throw them in, and go to bed. Johnny Harper, man, we should have been best friends growing up. That sounds fucking cool as fuck. That sounds cool as fuck. You know what I mean? You can't post that on the internet. Like you can't put a fucking dog fighting ring on the internet or a fish fighting ring on the internet. But man, let's have a fucking couple Ronas and watch, right? You know what I mean? Should have been friends fucking growing up, dude. That sounds fucking cool as fuck. Green Hood could start a lot of fires with all those lighters. A lot. Yeah, he would. Could it anyway? I'm just throwing. No, I'm not saying he would. He would. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. Like why? Why did I even say that? Um, I want to see the dead poop snail video. Man, that was. I think you can. I think you can. They gave me a strike on YouTube and they removed it. Even though, like, man, that was my first like little viral video. Like, man, that snail video on YouTube hit like 1,200 views in like no time. Now, that being said, do I have a video with 1,200 views on YouTube? No. But that snail video they took off. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Instagram just loved it. I think Instagram was like, "What? You're fucking putting salt on a snail? We're cool with that." I think it's on Instagram. Like same video, like same video. Like why would I edit a thing twice? Like you know what I mean? Like legit. Like one got me in trouble, and the other one's like, "Wow, that's cool. That's cool." And it didn't get view. It didn't really get a lot of views on Instagram. They've seen shit like that before in there, I guess. Um, where are we at? Not the snail trail video. No. I know what legendary was mentioned the video that got me the strike. My friend stole a block of lighters from the gas station and started a forest fire, exploding them. And that's quite normal in a young man's life. In a young, and I hate to say it, and this is going to be incriminating. In a young man's life, hanging out with a bunch of rambunctious friends, either you, one, two of your friends, possibly a few times in your lifetime, you've come across what shouldn't have been an out of control fire become out of control real quick. And you know what I mean? Like every young rambunctious man with rambunctious friends has come across a fire lit by you or them that got out of control. Like you know what I mean? And I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Am I responsible for a giant fire somewheres? What's the next comment? Where's the strangest place you ever took a shit that was not a toilet? I'll tell you my bus driving shit story. I'll tell you that one. So here I am, fucking Deadpool 420, responsible for a whole busload of school kids because I used to be a bus driver once. I've done every job under the fucking radar. It seems. Have I found what I want to do when I grow up? No. And do I know I'm meant for bigger, better things? In my mind, yes. Am I? I don't know. I don't know. But I've done everything. I always find a reason. Anyways, that's what the fuck am I even talking about? What's this? Okay, yes, my shit, my shit. So anyways, I'm school bus driving, and like I had to go all the way out to St. Martin's. And if you guys don't know St. Martin's is fucking far, 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 far. And I was get to my first stop early. So anyways, I'm at my first stop, and I get there early, and I'm beyond the street, and I'm having my fucking, I was gonna say a joint, but I'm having a cigarette. I kid you not, just a cigarette, just a cigarette. I'm not a school bus driver anymore, but it's just a cigarette. And uh, anyways, then I get there early, so I have a pass beside the bus. I'm in the country. I can comfortably have a secret pass where no one sees my pecker. So I have no kids on the bus yet. So anyways, get in the bus and I'm waiting a couple minutes and I'm fucking, oh geez Louise, like that lightning bolt. You know what I mean? That lightning bolt right through your fucking guts where it's like something's gonna happen, like something's gonna happen real quick. Like something's gonna happen real quick. So anyways, I pull up to my first stop and the kids aren't coming out. The dad's coming out. I was like, oh no, we're good. I should have let you know, but yeah, I'm gonna drive him in today. I was like, all right, cool, good enough. Shut the door. Boom, stomp on the gas. And then I have another stop that's real nearby. That's real nearby from here, right? And I'm in the country, right? And the next stop is real nearby, and I still have to make that stop. I pull over on the side of this fucking road, and it's like between two houses. There's like this little thickets of woods between two houses. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of being like driveway, house, driveway, house, driveway, house, it was like driveway, house, piece of wooded area, house, driveway. And I was like, I pull over on the side of the road with the fucking school bus, full size school bus. And I'm like, bro, park it. Oh my goodness! I fucking grab a couple paper towel. I fucking run it like just beyond view of the road. Just the most craziest of fucking, just the craziest of bowel fucking movement / emptying. Just almost like, oh man, you drop a load? No, I poured it out, and then wipe. I didn't bring the shit back on with me, so I fucking left that and whoever's fucking yard I was in, jump back in the bus and then fucking carry on my shift. And I must have had a little touch of something because it was a long route in the morning. And yeah, I went again when I got to school. I made it to school no problem, but I'm pretty sure like once I got to school, I was like, let me have round number 2, like, you know what I mean? What was your favorite job? I've had a lot of great favorite jobs for different reasons. Like I taught French to doctors for a while for great money. Scaffolding was great. Just the camaraderie of scaffolding. I don't know, like there's a lot of pros to a lot of jobs I've had, but at the end of the day, like if I can't see myself like putting in the next 10 years in this thing, like let's move on. Let me either learn something else because I only have one life to live, and let me find something that's more suiting, you know. I just watched Assault on the Slug, and the slug had a slow death. And YouTube didn't like that. One time I took a shit on a seat of this guy's street bike by by purpose or went through your pants? Like, I think you need to add a little bit more to that, Johnny, to make the story make a full circle from beginning to ending. Because man, got my attention. How did you shit on a street bike? His stomach was making whale noises and fucking lightning feelings, just like that zap zap. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta release this demon from my fucking butthole. You know, touch of the runs. Yeah. Thank you for that question, Johnny. Um, Papa Kale left because he's a fake poop head. No, no, no one's a fake poop head. Everyone's got a life around this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and what did I say? A joint and a beer, and I'm already 2 hours in. And it's 2 o'clock. Like, you know what I mean? All right, here's the deets. Here's Johnny Harper's deets, guys. Fucking listen up. I used to use that as my intro. My name is Johnny. I enjoy sunset, long walks on the beach, wildfires, and the sounds of glass breaking. Oh man, Johnny, I thought you were gonna say how you shit on a street bike. I was expecting the street bike story, but great intro. That is a great fucking Tinder intro. uh, did you ever do an upper decker? No, no, I've never done an upper decker in someone's tank like that. To me, that's like that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. Like, you know what I mean? You don't play with shit. You get rid of it. You know what I mean? That's in life and in bowel movements. That both applies. Legends of Troll. Everyone on the block knows that. See, Papa Kale, I'm not buying into it. You know what I mean? I got your back, bro. Yeah, I forget what he said, but yeah. Johnny Harper, please do. Johnny Harper, please do. How do you shit on a street bike? Because I fucked on a 50cc scooter when I was younger, and you know how you do that? Let me tell you, a 50cc scooter has two kickstands. One goes like this, one goes like doinks, just the one like boom, the one leaner, and then you got a big one where it's like two swings, but then you put it on the big kickstand, and then you fuck that bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you put it on the big kickstand, business is happening. Business is happening. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're either parking the bike for the night or fucking there's some business about to happen on this thing. Like, you know what I mean? Some shuffling around. I miss when Papa Kale wasn't an arc, and he's not. He's not an arc. That was Sam here. Sam here was an arc. You're mixing up your narcs here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let not be the finger that points to receive three that points back at yourself. John 3:13. I just made that. I just made that up. I don't know. I don't know, but man, that should be in the Bible. If it's not, then let's form a group. I shall be your leader. We shall call each other the poop heads. We'll chip in and buy a ranch. And then, man, will we ever wreak havoc on the government or any obstructions? Man, gets in our way. Or not, we'll just chill out. We'll just chill out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever you guys are into. You know what I mean? Whatever. Whatever. But if we get the ranch and we just all live together and like just like overthrow like groups that are against us, I would have like cheese dip. Like, I'd have like a sweet cheese dip. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like cheese dip, And that's cool too. That's cool too. Like, you know what I mean? Lactose. Um, what's the craziest childhood injury you've witnessed or experienced? Uh, I don't know. I don't think I I can't really think of witnessing one right at the moment. I've been through one, and I don't think that's a talker about her. Um, that was a Cole who rat you out legend for stealing Megan. Yeah, there's gonna be some fucking flack back for that legend. You gotta know, like, you paid for it, so technically I'm just doing your bidding, master. So I'm not to blame. Like, I'm not to blame at all. It's your dick and your initials over like teenage love. And Cole's pissed. Cole's pissed. Like, and you know what happened before? Like, he came up to me and everything. He was like, "Oh man, who's this thick LG?" I was like, "Dude, like, yeah, I know him. I don't know where he lives." But then I got this package right here, and there's a return address. Like, there's a return address on this package that I got. And then so this week I called him right up. I called him right up. I was like, "Dude, remember what you're looking for? You're looking for that big dick, that LG dicks address and information." So I texted him right away as soon as I got this. Right after the unboxing, of course. Super excited. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. And then I gave him all your information. Cole. So Cole hates you. And I don't know how young love works, if he has the money saved up already to go kick your ass, or if he's gonna have to save up, maybe ask his mom for like a small loan, or maybe like keep doing his paper out for a while. I don't know. I don't know, but man, watch your back, bro. Watch your back, bro. Cole's pissed. And Megan, I think she's in love with you, dude. She's in love with you. Like, she was like legit asking, like, is that is that is that penis spray painted to scale? I was like, yeah. Legendary Gaming, yes. He does take that much real estate. That is painted to scale. That is spray painted to scale. She's like, oh, like, just, she didn't say much because Cole was right there. Like, you know what I mean? What's she gonna say? Like, I'm leaving you right in front. No, that would have made it awkward. But I could tell. Like, I almost heard the drip. You know when you have like that bad valve stem on like kitchen faucet, and every now and then the fucking the faucet just goes drip, drip, drip. I was like, she was like, "Oh, is that dick? Is that LG dick to scale?" I was like, "Yeah." I could have sworn I heard like two, three drips. That drip sound, and I wonder where that came from. It didn't look like it came from her mouth. I wonder where that came from. And yeah, Cole hates you. Cole hates you, bro. I got a fight in preschool. The kid hit me over the head with a Tonka truck. I had to get my head sewn up. There's blood. Yeah, man. They make back then, man. They make a fucking hardy Tonka truck, like pure metal. Like, you could probably rob a. You tie one of those on a rope, swinging around. You could probably rob a bank. Like, from the threat of getting a fucking full ass fucking Tonka truck tethered on a rope, you could do criminal activities with those. So, more than a knife, more than a knife. Like, you pull out a little pocket knife, not that scared. You tie a Tonka truck on a fucking 10-foot cord, start swinging that around. I'll give you my wallet. I'll give you my wallet. Do strangers ever comment on your beard? All the time, bro. All the time, bro. If I go in Gen Pop, if I go in Gen Population, where the wild things are, you can't tell me I'm not going in the bar and there's not someone just touching it or tugging on it. You know what I mean? Touching or tugging on it. That's a thing. I even had one of my friends, Star. She she cut it. She cut it to the let's say this elastic. See how it looks like a paintbrush at the end? She cut it to that, like, I don't know, was it like a month ago or something like that? She cut a little bit off. My brother fell off the top of a slide and there was blood everywhere. See, my brother got a fucking decent. Yeah, I guess I remember my brother's injury. Now that you mention that, we were in Quebec, and one of our cousins had like a BMX bike, and there's like a legit BMX track, like with the thing that goes down, ka-chunks, like a legit like paved BMX track, but with the ups and downs and the jumps. So, anyways, my brother gets on there and he's on his bike, and the handle grips are gone. So, anyways, he does a jump, tumbles. I was like, we're kids. We all got rubber bones. Like, the tumble my brother did wasn't a big deal. Like, everyone should have walked away from that. But there's no rubber end grip on the hand grip of the handlebars. And what can I? Oh, it's almost like this. See how this is a tube? It like plunged a tube into his inner thigh because it got him in his inner thigh, right up by the ball sack, and it, like, literally plunged in and like did like a fucking plug of fat. Like, in the handlebars, there's like a plug of fat of my brother's leg, and then he's like, "Bro, look at my leg, bleeding everywhere." And we had to jump a fence to get in there because we weren't allowed in there, and we had to jump a fence back with my brother's leg just all exposed, all bleeding. Like, the fat of his inner thigh was coming out. It was like a weird thing. It was a weird thing. I always say my ass is boiling like a coffee machine. Mm, in what sense? In what sense? What would that equivalent to in, like, English words? What would that be? Like, you're upset. Your ass is boiling like a coffee because you're upset, or you just got to take that shit. You got to take that shit. What's the last non-porn movie you've watched? Man, I think I recommended it on Netflix. Netflix. Who has Netflix? Who has torrents? Project Power with Jamie Foxx. It's like about a drug. Check. It's about superpowers. Check. But believe it or not, here's my biggest check. It's about righteous revenge. Check. That movie to me checks out. Like, righteous revenge to me is all, like, I'm about all that. I'm about all that. I like, you know what I mean, like, so for those who may or may not know, I have been diagnosed with a little bit of the PTSD a little bit, and I'm wired a little bit different. But to me, like, a good, like, man, if your heart's behind that fucking horrible fucking deed you're about to do, and you feel totally justified, man, that's great. What a great premise for a movie. You know what I mean? Like, oof. I agree with that. I agree with that. Like that, like John Wick. Oh man, my wife is dead, and you done kill my dog, and I'm just gonna kill like 50 people because of it. Oh man, that's a pretty good revenge movie. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What's the scariest animal you've been attacked by? I've been bit by dogs. I've been bit by some like pit bulls when I was a kid. Like, I had like this dog fear from being like attacked and chased by pit bulls. And this pit bull was so vicious. And this was in the country. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this dog attacked me, and my dad went over and talked to the owner of the dog after the dog attacked me. And later after afternoon, that dog did get a fucking bullet through the head. And that back in the day, that's how you did it back in the country. Um, that's really what a dog, like, you know what I mean. I've been like, I've been attacked by a fucking cornered raccoon a few times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you all know my raccoon experience. You can't tell me I haven't like fought away a raccoon once or twice. You know what I mean? Those fuckers are cray cray. You know. I was attacked by a snow owl as a kid after I shot it with a pellet. Man, isn't a snow owl kind of rare? Isn't that like me shooting a bald eagle out here? It's kind of rare, but and you know what? A lot of videos I see, which is crazy, and I've never been through it, but what is it like? I assume it's in the U.S. It could be in Canada too, but like, what is it like? Not seagulls, but fucking the ones, some of the bigger birds, just straight up fucking attacking people, just chasing them down. Like, you know what I mean? Those, I don't know, a fucking pelican, not a fucking pelican, but you know what I mean. Some of them birds attack people, like in Gen Pop. I wish I knew the bird. Like, I wish I could remember what I saw. Never happened to me. So look at all them chickens. Um, Did you ever get your burritos at Roberto's Legendary Gaming? Roberto's is a shiznit. You guys are talking about American stuff. I have no idea. I have no idea. We came from the SSFRIs. There, I used to go there all the time when I lived in Vegas. I was attacked by a bird in Australia. See, like some birds are vicious. Some birds just don't give a fuck. Like they'll fucking fight or flight. And guess what? They have wings on their back and they choose not to flight. They'll fucking fight. They'll fucking fight. You know what I mean? A lot of birds are fucking cocksuckers. They'll attack you. Not even for anything. Not even for anything. They'll just. That's what I mean. Was it? What did Johnny get attacked by? Oh, you just said a bird. Is it a duck? It's not a duck. It's like a big duck, like not a swan. A geese? A geese. Yeah, I think it's a geese. I think geese are big attackers. I want to say the geese are kind of like the bullies of the birds, as far as like in the real world. When you know what I mean? Like I think the geeses are the one. Right now in a parallel universe, Scotty is the co-host of the Dead Poop stream. Okay. Freedom Jerky. I like parakeet. It's like a parakeet looking thing. It was mean and it looked over the patio. Like a parakeet, like a little fucking chirp chirp, like a little fucking like a parakeet, like a little blue jay thing attacked you, Johnny. Like you didn't like try to give the old swat like the like man, you're describing like a big moth. You like you got attacked by a big moth bird. Like you know what I mean? Like defend yourself, Johnny. Ritu, what kind of burrito you're making? Lentil. Lentil burrito. That sounds. Did you ever get sprayed by a skunk? I've never got sprayed by a skunk. Ferg's dogs did though. Ferg's dog got sprayed by a skunk. He tried to clean it off the best he could. The dog jumped in the bed of his RV, and to him, the RV still like the mattress still smells like skunk. I've been in there and it's like very faint, very like passable as non skunky, but to Ferg, the damage has been done. Like muscle memory from nose to brain to remembering of what happened on the mattress. He smells skunk more than me in his own little fucking RV. Canadian geese will attack you all the time. Uh, many a kid has been emotionally scarred by hissing goose. And you know what I find weird about the goose? Oddly enough, like besides the attacking part, their shit is like dog shit. Like you know how a fucking bird is like ploosh, ploosh, like on your fucking car is like that white ploosh. A fucking goose and many geeses, it's like straight up like fucking dog turds, like fucking nuglets, like fucking straight up like fucking cylinders of poops. You know what I mean? Like I didn't expect that out of a bird. And yeah, and yes, am I too excited about fucking geese poop? Yes, I should calm the fuck down. Thank you, thank you, thank you for reminding myself. Self, I've never had lentil. Lentils that weak flavor. That lentils that weak sauce. I've seen Canadian geese chase little kids. Yeah, that's a thing. I've been attacked by geese. It was fun, and that's only because Johnny Harper at any moment you could have turned around, just fucking just clocked out, bam, like you know what I mean, like I'm almost like you know what I mean, like the little the little dark side on my shoulder would be almost curious. I was like, man, what would a dead poop uppercut do to a fucking geese running at me? Like you know what I mean? Because I've came across a lot of deers real close, and in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't want to hurt these deers, but I was just curious, like, man, can I just like fucking just like haymaker one quick, see if I can Mike Tyson drop it? But I would never. Like I've been in Boy Scouts. That's not how you treat deers. Curious though. I'll send you a pic. Yeah. Do tell. I took a pic from behind the glass door of the bird attacking you. Posted the pic in Discord. Cool. Did you ever have a bad confrontation with a cat? Yeah, I've come across dick cats. Like you know what I mean? Like I've had buddies with like temperamental cats. It's like, oh, you know, this one's called fucking Lucifer or blah, blah. And the next thing you know, the cat's like just fucking just ripping your fucking skin off your arm because the cats are fucked. Cats are fucked. And it's almost the only pet where it's almost acceptable. It's almost like okay, this is a scenario that's acceptable in society. Buddy shows up. I own a cat. That's a dick. He's like, hey, Dave Poop, and I'm like, hey, Todd, whatever the fuck my friend's name is. Don't mind the cat. He's like, oh no, I love cats. Bends down, tries to touch a cat. God, the cat just fucking claws him all to shit. So this guy's got like fucking blood running down his hands. I'm like, just rinse it off in the kitchen paper towel. You'll be fine. And the guy hangs around with me for the rest of the night after my cat just drew blood and ripped him apart. No. Same situation. Let it be a dog. Hey Todd, and he comes in. He's like, oh, don't mind the dog. Like you know, don't pet the dog. And then he comes in for the close to the dog. The dog just bites him, rips his arm, is bleeding. Different outcome. Like you know what I mean. This guy's not sticking around for the rest of the night. I don't think. Cats are the only one that you're allowed to fucking get drawn blood out and like cut and scratch and bitten, and it's almost like acceptable. And as far as like PLM, like Pet Lives Matters, fucking cats are the dicks of the peas. You know what I mean? Dead poop, one squirrel. The squirrel's gonna happen when it happens. Like you know what I mean? I'm not gonna eat no city squirrel. I'm just gonna wait for the opportune moment. Like I will eat a squirrel before I die. Now, do I have a time frame to make a video of it? No, no, none whatsoever. Like me eating a squirrel is about me. It's not about a video. Like you know what I mean? Like, um, I try to capture like the most of my moments I can, but at the end of the day, like I do shit for myself, and I invite you into my life, and that's why we're friends because what you guys are seeing, it is me. Uh, is it all of it? No, because there's not a camera on me 24/7. But you know what I mean. Some stuff is for like eating a squirrel. Like I'll probably do that and not even think about fucking taping any of it. Taping. That just showed my age. Oh, you get the 8 millimeter out. Dead poop has an army of rats. The rats has been good. Like I think there's so many raccoons. The raccoons are keeping the fucking rats on track. What's your favorite anime cartoon? Hmm. Anime cartoon. Anime cartoon. Anime cartoon. Does it have to be anime cartoon? Favorite anime cartoon. Was it the Big Iron Giant or the Iron Giant? That was good. Like I own the DVD of that. I remember that enough. That was good. But I know I've seen some like Marvel Chinese ripoffs that were pretty good too. Like some Japanese anime that was Marvel related. And I think they made a Wolverine, a Blade, um, an Iron Man. I don't know, man. Like at the end of the day, I'm not super into cartoons. Like I don't even want to say it, but did I grow out of it? I don't want to say it. I don't even want to say it. I'll leave it as a question mark. What celebrity death what celebrity death made you the most sad? Fucking Richie Valens from La Bamba. Richie, no, and that's I mean real like that. I'm crying over Lou Diamond Phillips, but to me, that movie was real in life because I didn't know who Lou Diamond Phillips was, and I thought he was Richie Valens. And when that plane crashed, and and you couldn't hear La Bamba live anymore, and like oh man, hurt me here. Never been on a plane. I think I'm scared of him. Richie, no, no. And then you know what the fucking saddest part of that movie? You know what the fucking mom dares to say? I would like to the brother that did live, the fucking greasy Mexican fucking thug brother. She's like, I wish it was you. And I was like, oh man, mom, that was a wrong move. That was a wrong move. You just messed up your son's life mentally for life. Like, you know what I mean? That was a wrong move to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like Richie. Um, Mr. Rogers, dude. Um, yeah, Mr. Rogers was a sad one. Yeah, 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 yeah. He entertained kids for a while. I was generally down in the dumps for a week when David Bowie died. And yeah, so sorry guys. Like technically, like if I had more thoughts, I wasn't like tipsy a little bit, and then I could think of a celebrity that probably made me sad when he like when Chris Farley. Like okay, yes, honestly, when Chris Farley died, I was sad as fuck, man. Like I was the biggest Chris Farley fan during life, and after death, it was like, oh man, like me and all my buddies were like fucking heartbroken, dude. Chris Farley like hit me hard. Old Dirty Bastard hit me hard because man, I loved Wu Tang, but who was my favorite? Old Dirty Bastard. You know what I mean? You the type of bitch don't appreciate shit. Never had shit, so you won't be shit. That pussy there couldn't satisfy hair on my body. Treat me like a lolly and slop me down. Doo-doo brown tossed salad. Oh, you in some shit now? Calling me a dog? Well, leave a dog alone, because nothing can stop me from burying my bones in the backyard of someone else's house. Old dirt dog, but I'm not dogged out. Here comes Grover, sniffing at your ass. Pardon me, bitch, as I shit on your grass. That means, ho, you've been shitted on, but I'm not the first dog that shitted on your lawn. Ho, you know what I mean? Get paid. White boy's got my toupee. Favorite Stallone movie? Like right off the hop, instead of saying the classics that you would all expect, like fucking Rocky was amazing and all this and that. Tango and Cash. Tango and Cash is that silent. And okay, you know how the world works in mysterious ways. Remember when someone asked what The Rock or what one of my favorite like action movies was, and I was like, The Rock was in it. It's faster. Blah 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 blah. It just got introduced to Netflix. Faster is on Netflix. So if you want to see the best Rock revenge movie, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, it's on Netflix. Faster. That's worth a watch. If you guys like a fucking action movie with a fucking revenge plot, they killed his brother. They killed his brother. So Dwayne can kill as many as he wants because they killed his brother. Like, man, that's that's sound reasoning. That's sound reasoning to me. I was picking shrooms one time and I had to clock a charging cow. Oh man, you went field picking. You went that field picking, man. That would be scary, dude. Cows are big beefy beefs. Yeah, I think Bourdain and Hunter M. Thompson on a serious note. Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson was down, but to me, Hunter S. Thompson, like I was a big fan, but when they said he died, I was like, man, didn't he die already? Almost like you know what I mean. With all the drugs he did, I was like, man, didn't he die already? Like, didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming. Dead poop. You should go skydiving to get rid of your fear of planes, or maybe just be on a plane instead of jumping out of one. Because technically, if you're asking me to skydive, aren't I going in a plane to do it? Like, shouldn't I just be on a plane to travel? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Rambo, Johnny Azul. Yeah, Rambo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Rambo's the bomb. Fucking Rocky's the bomb. I was just trying to think of one that was like fucking pure great Stallone, but was a little bit more off the radar. A little bit. Read Kitchen Confidential. Read two. Kitchen Confidential is book what initially made him famous. What, Stallone famous? I'll look into that. I like Stallone a lot. I like to like man. Me and Stallone are the same height. Like, you know what I mean? Are you comfortable riding a horse? I've never ridden a horse. Dragon Ball Goku Saga. So that's the anime. You're like, and I never Dragon Balls once. I never Dragon Balls once. Uh, so you know what I mean? Like, I could be missing out on that whole series. Like, people who love it, and I'm not gonna down you guys. I'm not gonna down you guys. Would you rather have lunch with Danny DeVito or take a trip to the pyramids? Just to lunch? Like, you know what I mean? I think if Danny DeVito gave you lunch, we're making a day of it. Danny DeVito gives me a lunch. I'm gonna hang out. Whatever he has planned that afternoon, I think I'm including his plan. So I'll take the Danny DeVito all day. I'll take Danny DeVito all day. And part and partially because I may or may not be cast for the next fucking. Let me get the right for the next fucking Penguin. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't Robert Pattinson need a fucking villain? Yeah, cool, 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 cool. I've already seen cool, 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 cool. I just have to like adopt it for Penguin. Cool, 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 cool. I'm already there. I'm already there. I've been training this for all my life. Let me be the Penguin, Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson, or who's directing this thing? Fucking Nolan? Is it the fucking the good Batman fucking director? Go, 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 go. Have lunch at the pyramids with Danny Vito. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I don't know. Like honestly, Johnny Harper. If okay, this is the scenario where I'm picturing that you're pitching. Is I'm at the pyramids, I get to have lunch with Danny DeVito, and then because we're such in a remote area, I would be a quick, easy brush off. You know what I mean? I don't think I could get to hang around with him the rest of the day if I'm at the pyramids with him. But if I'm in his hometown and I get to have lunch with him, I think I could charm him into friendship. I think I could charm Danny DeVito into friendship if we have lunch. You know what I mean? But at the pyramids, he'd be sidetracked. He'd be sidetracked. He's got something else to do later on. After we're done lunch, he's got fucking real shit to do. Yeah, Walking Tall was the fucking bomb too. Walking Tall was the bomb. Johnny Knoxville was in that one. Wait, is DeVito buying? Depends on the restaurant we go to. Like if we're going to Jungle Gyms and we're talking about like $20 a meal, I'll be the nice guy and pay. I'll be the nice guy and pay just to fucking show some love. But if we're going to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, I'll up tabs on him. Tabs on him. You know, Scotty as a Riddler. Oh man, like honestly, that is not a bad typecast. Like you know what I mean? Like if we're making like fucking a Batman movie just out of what we have going on right now in my universe, Scotty as a Riddler wouldn't be like a fucking bad choice. Like he could almost go like full, like almost like full bat, almost like full bodysuit, like back in like the Adam West days. Like you know what I mean? And everything he says is a riddle too, so it's almost perfect. Tater's Mr. Freeze. Mm, I think we could cast fucking Tater a little better than Mr. Freeze. Like you know what I mean? Like could we give him a scarecrow or something like that, or something? I don't know. To me, Mr. Freeze is a fucking bitch, and Tater needs to be a bigger character. He never finishes the riddles, and that's a riddle. Like that's almost like after the Scotty Riddler leaves the room, it's like, the Batman, I'm going to, and he just talks for a little bit, then he fucking, boom, smoke bomb disappears, and then fucking Batman's in the room is like, Robin, what do you think he was getting to? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a riddle, just trying to like piece together what he was trying to get to, and that is the riddle. It's like, bro, I think he was talking about maybe going to the fish brew, or I don't know. He mentioned like going fishing down the North Shore there, getting some crab boats, but I don't know. He did also say that he was, and you're like, what? And then everyone's confused, like, and then by this time Scotty the Riddler's already robbed the bank because he's like Batman and Robin's like, well, what the fuck do you think he means? What the fuck do you think he means? Just fucking, best revenge flick, Law Abiding Citizen. Now that was a good one. That was what Russell Crowe was in that. Pure revengely driven. Um, What was that? Foster. What's her name? Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster did one in the early 2000s. That was a good fucking revenge movie. And what's another one that's a female in it? While we're on the female fucking movies of revenge, Hard Candy. Hard Candy was a fucking cult classic to some. Scotty as a Riddler. Make that T-shirt for the merch store. Yeah, we're already at a few T-shirts. Were you a fan of Police Academy movies? Hells yes. Hells yes. Um, there was like Hightower. There was the guy with the big guns. There was Goldweight, Bobcat Goldweight. Um, there's a guy that made all the sounds. Like, you know what I mean? There's a fucking raggle taggle crew of fucking characters in the fucking police. Same as Revenge of the Nerds. Revenge of the Nerds, man. You can't. Those are franchises. Like, you know what I mean? Like Revenge of the Nerds had like what five, 6 movies. Police Academy had like 5, 6 movies. Those are franchises. Like, you know what I mean? Like those were the Avengers of the 80s. Rick 2, you should watch the Police Academy. What actor do you hate the most? I don't think I hate any actor. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's hard to pinpoint. I'd almost have to be watching a current show or watching a movie, and I'd be like, man, this guy sucks. But it's not like I take note of anything like that. All right, Marco, have a good evening, dude. And I'm soon behind you, man. It's like 3 o'clock, dude. Have you seen the Twilight Zone, the movie? I don't think so. I don't think so. John Lightglow. No, I don't. I don't think so. Uh, there's a lot of movies that were like great lows. Like remember the Mel Gibson Signs with the aliens. That was decent. Like the fucking Signs with the aliens. Mel Gibson's. Ain't nothing wrong with that movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like some movies I love, 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 and then they're not really bangers, you know? Favorite Donald Sutherland movie. My favorite Donald Sutherland movie is they play at his funeral that has all the fucking just a short vignette of all the shit he did fucking poorly. Um, and then they play that at his funeral. That'd be my favorite movie of his. Um, probably it's not. It's probably not going to happen in St. John because he kind of like denounced us. But yeah, I'd enjoy that one. Like his death video, like his like memorial video. I think that'd be a great Donald Sutherland like highlight reel almost. Have you ever seen Creep Show? Yeah, 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 yeah. See, I think we're all around this. Like, you guys remember Tales from the Crypt Keeper? And then there's a movie that came out when I was young. I think it was came in the 90s, like Tales from the Creep, the Dark Side or whatever like that. That was a good movie. Yeah, the Shaq movie with Steel in it. That was Steel. That was something. And to me, it's almost like, oh man, it's fucking Shaq. It's Superman related, even though there's fuck all about Superman really in it. I didn't mind it. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't mind it. I paid money to rent it, and I didn't ask for a refund, let's say. Like, you know what I mean? If it is what it is. Sign with Mel Gibson was a priest who lost his faith in his wife's death. The movie was not about aliens. Those creatures were demons from hell. No, they're fucking aliens, dude. They're straight up aliens. They had the fucking alien fingers coming right underneath the door, and he fucking chopped them off. Don't you remember the aliens fingers? Jeez, Rick, too. For a guy who's so smart, that's fucking usually on top of things. Like you're way off on fucking Mel Gibson and Signs. Would you rather go on The Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune? I think that's a quick, easy answer. I think that's a quick, easy answer right here. Let me set this down because I need two hands for this. I was on The Price is Right. See that right there? I was on The Price is Right. There's my ticket stub and my name tag. I was on The Price is Right, god damn it. So there you go. Fuck the Wheel of Fortune. Alright. Price is Right. Cinco Familia for life. You know? Press right, Wheel of Fortune. No, I'm right. Demons was a twist. Rick 2. When you say something and I say you're wrong, that it's not demons, I think it's aliens. At the end of the day, you can come back all you want saying you're right after I say you're wrong. But this is my stream. So from sheer appearance, they're not reading the comments. They're just gonna believe I'm right because I'm right, Rick 2. You're wrong, I'm right. And they're not gonna read your comment about you thinking you're right. So I think I get final word, even though you can keep writing about it. You can get final word, like the type word, but as far as like viewing goes, I'm right. I'm right. It's my stream. It's my stream. I can be right on my stream. Did you spin the wheel on The Price is Right? No, I didn't. I was there. I was there and I never got picked. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was in the audience, but I never went down. I never went down. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't that cool. Wasn't that cool. Should I gotta watch that again? I almost want to watch it again too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just begging on Rick 2, and he's usually right 100% of the times, and he might be right. Like, maybe I'll watch Aliens with a new fucking set of eyes, but I'm pretty sure it's Aliens. Because doesn't lights come down his cornfield first, like Alien style? Just prove Rick 2 wrong, of course, but Rick 2 is right. Screen cap that. Right or wrong is is independence of authority. I don't even know what that means. I don't know if you're agreeing with me being right because I control the shit, or are you just trying to say something? But yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. And when I read that, I was almost talking. I was almost thinking. I saw Independence. I was like, oh man, this guy's saying it's not aliens, but he's talking about Independence Day with Will Smith. Of course, it's aliens. Of course, it's aliens. But I saw on the news some today, like where Russia was pretty much like over Russia was like pretty much saying like, oh, like look at this, look at these aliens to the world. Like it's almost like Russia was like, oh man, look what's going on over here. That was Bordello of Blood, dude. Yes. That was the Fright Night, Tales from the Creep, Fright Night, Bordello Blood, and now that was a fucking good movie. It was almost like a very similar to very similar to From Dusk Till Dawn, the Quentin Tarantino movie, where he's locked in a room and next thing you know he's just got to kill a bunch of shit. And that was a great movie. Did I see Aladdin with Will Smith? Yeah, yeah, I did. I did. Like to me, a kids movie to me that's well made by a fucking popular man. I look like I'm like like I was like I look like I'm look it looks like a bald comb over, and then I take my hat off. Then it looks like even weirder. But yeah. Those like the Aladdin movie, like the kids movies. I don't mind those, man. Like there's humor in it, and whether it's like fucking greasy fucking let's talk about crack cocaine, jumping pee humor's humor. Like I appreciate a good like fucking kids movie if it's done right. You know what I mean? There's no shame in Disney's game. You know, everyone bashed the movie. How come these aliens die against water? It's not water. It's blessed water by his daughter, who referred to angels several times. The demons, not aliens. That could just be Mel Gibson's fucking preacher point of view, but at the end of the day, they're fucking aliens. Like you know what I mean? Like this guy don't believe in aliens because he believes in God, and God don't have aliens in his fucking Bible, and he's all like alien fucking flabbergasted, and that's how I fucking interpreted it. Let me watch it again and let me have a different point of view, Rick, too, maybe. Fright Night was a classic. I want to say it was Demon Night. The one I'm talking to was like Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night. I want to say. Will Smith is straight up played out now. Yeah, Will Smith is fucking. He put a TikTok out, and his TikTok seemed lonely. Like he said he was lonely in his TikToks. Like, oh, I'm just playing in my yard all alone. Then he throws like this boomerang thing that comes back, but the main message, his words was like, I'm in my yard all alone. Like, you know what I mean? What a what a poor sad million billionaire. What a poor sad billionaire millionaire. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you were to write Will Smith a letter right now, almost it's almost like if you say the right things like, oh, Jada Pickett Smith is such a whore for doing that, and I'm just trying to get 20 grand or 50, 100 grand to just do this little project I'm thinking about. And he's like, yeah. And then he writes back, he's like, yeah, Jada is a fucking whore. And then he just sends the check. I mean, that's how they'll go do it. And dude, Papa Kale gets points. Papa Kale, you're a mod. Can I make you a king mod? Can I make you a kin mod, or is that a thing? Is no, you already modded. All right, cool. I love Papa Kale's Billy Zane fucking reference. And let me remakes. Yeah, Demon Knight was great. Yeah, Billy Zane. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're talking about Billy Zane and Demon Knight. I thought you were gonna be cooler than that, but I'm still giving you cool points. Like you know, what I mean, I can't mod you any more than you're modded, but I don't think I would anymore. Like I take that back now that I know the full extent. But you know who Billy Zane was fucking amazing at? And this is super niche. This is super niche. The Phantom. Remember the Phantom when Billy Zane wore a purple suit and he was like the fucking jungle Phantom? My aunt, my mom's aunt, my fucking aunt's aunt, like my mom's aunt, like my great aunt. She was the one with that weird fucking sex room with all the fucking weird like fucking skeletons and titties cartoon books, comic books and shit like that. They also had Phantom, and the Phantom was like not titties. The Phantom was like an adventure book, and let's say if I was in that room, I could be like, "Oh no, I'm just reading the Phantoms. I'm not reading the titties." When I hear someone coming down the stairs, so half the time, yeah, I would read a little Phantoms just because I'm like, "All right, let me get settled in. Read a little Phantom. No one's coming down. Let me flip to the titties books. Someone's coming down. Let me flip back to the Phantom." And then, yeah, I would do. Man, I'd love the Phantom. Billy Zane, fuck yeah. Long story short, it's not about my creepy fucking aunt with the fucking sex house. It's about the fucking Phantom books and Billy Zane. It's about Papa Kale. Actually, it's about Papa Kale. You know, it's not about my aunt. It's about Papa Kale. Can you unmod Rig 2 and Legend instead? Well, you keep it up. One of these days, one of you fuckers are gonna get unmodded. Keep it up. You test me. You test my patience. And I have a great patience. Like I don't think I'll ever be great patience. Test my patience, and I don't think you'll ever reach it. Demod Papa Kale and make him feel special. Oh yeah, Papa Kale. Do you want to go white? You want to go white and I see a blue there, Papa? Um, I used to get the Phantom confused with the Shadow. And yeah, I could see that, but they're both like I don't know, 50s, 50s, 60s classic shitty superheroes. I can see how you can confuse them. Yeah, Harvey Keitel was in it too. Yeah, yeah, fuck yeah. Great patience. Yet you unmodded Rig 2 once. Oh, that was by sheer mistake. That was sheer by mistake. That's me on being used. That was almost like a tater move. Man, if you guys were on this side of the screen, seeing what I see every time fucking Tater touches my fucking computer. I don't have a mouse right, so he's using the pad. Boom, boom. I don't know how I don't know how the fuck he does it. Next thing you know, there's fucking side windows open. Boom, 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 boom. Like one time he opened Skype, and I don't even have Skype. Boom, Skype's on here, blah, blah, like. Do you ever get rashes? Never. Never, 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 except for a few times, but no, never. Like if I get a rash, it's like, oh man, I'm working in new work boots, or I'd had that this one time I had a bad one as a kid. I fucking was swimming at the beach, right? And this was a bad one. This fucking injured me for a bit. I was swimming at the beach, having fun, playing in the sand. Then I get the old fucking the sand in the crack and the sand in the crotch and this and that. Like, you know what I mean? The sand, it gets everywhere. It's boom, I'm playing in the sand. I'm a fucking kid. And next thing you know, like this is out in the family land. So I'm riding bikes for hours and this and that. The butt crack, inner thigh, sand chafe after playing in the sand off and on and bike riding off and on. Like was insane. Was insane. It was like it was a rash to remember. It was definitely a rash to remember. Yeah, Demon Knight was one too. Dead Poop, what's your favorite holiday? I love Halloween. I love Halloween, and I hear the world canceled Halloween this year because of the COVID. But has there been a Halloween that I've not dressed up as? At no. Like I have a tickle trunk. Like so some of my friends, like Green Hood, will come here for like costume ideas, because man, I've taken a chunk of like years worth of costume, like not like I always do. I point out something that doesn't exist anymore because I lost everything in the fire. But yeah, I have like, and hopefully I get them back. I have a lot of like fucking Halloween costumes. Never expect for a few times. I remember Billy Zane in the Critters. Billy Zane was great. Billy Zane was great. You know what I mean? Like he was like, you know how okay, you know how great Billy Zane was when when Leonardo DiCaprio was at his best, when he was like the hottest thing in Hollywood. They put him in Titanic, and for him to steal a girl from a fella, Billy Zane, the guy would have had to been like a fucking very good looking fella, very well put together fella, for it even to be worth comparable to the best guy in Hollywood. Do you know what I mean? Did that not explain that well, or most of that explanation just fell in my head? But I know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like Leonardo stealing a girl from a fella. This guy's got to be a handsome, arrogant fuck, and Billy Zane fucking fits the bill. It can't be an ugly dude. Like, you know what I mean? Leonardo DiCaprio can't take a fucking ugly, nice dude's chick from him. Because man, guess what? He's a villain at this point. Know what I mean? Remember, Billy Zane was in Back to the Future. What? What? Are you blowing my mind right now? Back to the Future. Billy Zane. I'm trying to think of who did Billy Zane play in Back to the Future. Dude, that's a neat little piece of information if that's correct. Well, it's Johnny, of course, is correct. Yeah, 80s guy. Yeah. Fuck yeah. But all right, let me what did I just put? I just put out a joint. Let me have a cigarette and finish this beer, and then that's it. Let it be it for the night, because at the end of the day, I still got that fucking donair to eat. What's your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie? That's easy for me. Basketball Diaries. And if you never watched Basketball Diaries, you're fucking slipping. And to me, that's my favorite. But there's a lot of gems too, like Catch Me If You Can, and this and that, and The Departed, and then this. And that. Yes, Leonardo, he had a bunch of fucking great ones. But to me, if you haven't watched fucking Basketball Diaries, you're snoozing. That was like one of his like first movies, and it was gritty, it was hard, it was hardcore. That was a fucking sick movie. It's almost like, okay, ask me about Brandon Fraser. You know Brandon Fraser from The Mummy and all this and that. One of my favorite movies he was in was it School Ties, where he's a Jewish guy that comes into, I think it's a college, like an early college or high school or something like that. And as far as like them accepting Jewish people, I guess in this movie that's not really a thing. And even though this guy's a star football player, they're unaccepting to him. And then he finds a way to blah blah blah, and then trivial and great movie. And at the end of the day, like he's the hero of the movie all along, because he's righteous, and the other people are like wrong and hateful. And great movie, great movie, great. Deadpool. Back in the Future was a part. He was part of the Biff gang. Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna have to look at that again. Like he was part of the Biff gang. Fucking old unknown Billy Zane in the background. That's cool as fuck. Inception, Departed, Shutter Island, Basketball Diaries. Not in that specific order, I hope. Or maybe that is your order. But Johnny Harper, man, if you said you watch Basketball Diaries, you couldn't put that in whatever classification that you want. Just the fact that I know you watched it, props, props. Because man, that's a sick movie. That's a sick hardcore movie to me, in my opinion. And I watched it when I was young, and then when you're young, you're like, oh man, these kids are crazy. Yeah, Halloween is the best. Because fuck Christmas. Christmas is about the kids. Christmas is about family. And everything else don't fucking matter. Halloween, you fucking dress up and party and have a good time if it works out. You know what I mean? That's why I like Halloween. And yeah, from what I understand, I think they're canceling all of it. Like if they already said like Halloween, they're like knock knock, and this is like, let's just speak for Canada. Canada's like knock knock, who's there? Halloween. They're like not this year, not this year. Like we're not having Halloween. What notable Halloween costume have you worn? I posted one on I posted one on Discord, and I looked like a pimp. But what did go unnoticed is the back of that blazer I'm wearing. I spray painted Flavor Flav, and I did go blackface for a part of that evening, and then I knew at the party that perhaps that would be frowned upon, so I just washed my face. But yeah, like I've done Mad Max. Like I lived like yeah, I'm looking around like I didn't lose it in the fire, but I should have like fucking hockey pads with like fucking spikes through it. I fucking modified like all my half of all my Halloween costumes are like half homemade, and I'm pretty creative. Are you taking the COVID vaccine when it comes out? I'd like to catch it naturally without taking the vaccine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me just get the fucking natural antibodies. Giant hot dog on a skateboard is my go-to. Is that a character in a? Is that a character somewheres, or is that you're just combining two favorites? I love skateboarding and hot dogs. Let me be both. Guar. Some of the Guar songs are decent. Like you know what I mean. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like as far as like the medley songs, yes, intertwined in like you know the punk metal scene here in town, and I love the live acts, and I've got to love some of these bands that play down here. Um, but as far as what's in my playlist, I'm more of that rap. A few of the pop songs. I like the fucking the what the fucking brave fucking fly. Um, I like some of the softy songs. Like this is an old band, Hey Rosetta. They're Canadian, but man, they sing like I will come around. It's just like a kind of folky upbeat. Sometimes it's sad, like you know what I mean, like that folky upbeat type of shit. Sometimes sad. I don't mind that shit. Take it naturally. It would kill you. I've been Millhouse for Halloween. The Hamburglar. Yes, sir. Brandon Fraser. Fucking airhead. And then Blast from the Past. Yeah, like Fraser's got some hits, and he sunk in a big depression, and that's why he fell off the radar. I seen like like where is he now or why is he not? And yeah, like he's the voice on Doom Patrol, and he's on Doom Patrol, but that's the only thing he's been up to lately. Yeah, he's sunk in a deep depression. But yeah, that's it, guys. And one for my homie Tate for not being here and going back to work. Good on him. And whatever his schedule is gonna be, I'm gonna make it fucking work. That we're not losing Tate. We're not losing Tate. We're gonna adapt to his schedule. Like, you know what I mean? Like I like to have him around. Oh man, you own basketball, so you know exactly. You know what I mean? That's a great movie. And Johnny, like, what's Johnny Harper? Leonardo DiCaprio is not the only like young star in there. There's a few other young stars in there that are like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if a young Affleck's in it or like, but yeah, there is a few young. I don't know, Vin Diesel's or something like that. Fuck, the ex-wife took everything. Thanks for streaming. Thanks to Poophead for hanging out. Yeah, and man, thanks for hanging out, man. It was fun. And Johnny Harper, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, this. I don't think I still need to sales pitch you, but yeah, this is what it's about. You're in now. I don't. I don't need. You don't need the sales pitch. You don't need the sales pitch. Homie, thanks for streaming. You're on fire today. Thank you. Thank you. Marky Mark and the Funky. Yeah, Marky Mark was in the Basketball Diaries. That's another famous guy in there. All right, guys. Have a good evening. Peace.